Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, it is my dubious honor to welcome you back to another edition of the Sly Gold's ACES competition 2025 edition. Today we have a losers bracket elimination match between two stellar teams, the Nunavut Lumberjacks featuring Gnist, Aldi, and Yamada, and the Paris Peacocks featuring Bacon Man, Nightfly, and Inferno. The name is Shadows, and joining me today in the commentary booth, my fellow Bloodbath Buccaneer in arms, the Professor. How you doing, man?
Howdy, y'all. Welcome to this amazing match. I'm doing swell. Another great day, another great aces. That's what I say.
Yeah, no, it's we've had a little bit of a hiatus since the last match here, so it's good to finally get back into the swing of things. And like I said, these two teams, I've been really looking forward to this match. I think they've got a really interesting matchup between each other, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to pick and how they're going to try to avoid going home. As you can see here briefly from the bracket, the winner of this match will move on to play the winner of either us or the Prague Bombers. The loser will unfortunately be eliminated, and we still have quite a ways to go in the losers bracket before we determine who's going to get to the finals. Of course, the Jackalopes and Sabres have yet to play. They've been getting quite a bit of rest due to their stellar performances. But yeah, no, and it's also worth noting the Peacocks here, for the first time in this tournament, are going to be the B team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to work around the draft with two picks instead of one. But yeah, Professor, as we get into the draft here, what are you expecting to see here?
Expect to see a lot of banning of 3-5 and 4-5, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm expecting. This match can go literally any way. These are some all-star players throughout the entire series. Anything really goes here. Oh, would you look at that? 4-1's gone.
Interesting. So I imagine that was, so the 2-1-2-2, that's most likely for Inferno. He's a bit of a newer Slide 2 runner, and 2-3 and 2-7 also gone. So a lot of beginner-friendly Slide 2 here, and we're going to get some Slide 4 instead, 4-2. Okay, so I imagine Albi's going there for the Jacks. Going to be really interesting, actually, to see who Paris puts there, because that was their pick. So I wonder if Inferno's been grinding that out, or maybe Nightfly is going back to that? I don't know. Interesting.
This is already going wild off the rails in my mind. I'm excited for this match already. Oh, and the Nunavut is going back to their hometown over at 2-6. Amazing.
There we go. Yeah, wow. Really cool assortment of episodes we've got already. So going to be interesting to see who ends up going there. I imagine the way this stands for the Jacks, I think Albi is going to 4-2, and then probably Gnist is going to 2-6, unless something else in Sly 3 that's pretty difficult gets picked. Then I would imagine they have to put Yamada on 2-6. I would like to think Yamada has had some experience with that. 2-6 is still a generally not like super beginner friendly episode, but you can still do some pretty good damage there, as we see the Peacocks get their last few bans in. Now, Nunavut does have a little bit of control here. I imagine they don't want to get double Sly forward. Bacon has been running quite a bit more Sly 4 lately, and 4-3 and 4-4 some episodes that he's been practicing. I would imagine those get banned. And then probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4, 3-5, just like give as much of a chance as possible for Yamada to get something comfortable. Probably 2-5 maybe would also be a good ban. They're taking their time with this too.
Yeah. They're letting the timer run a bit long. Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, they were. And there we go. Yeah, so 2-5 was left open. Ooh, yeah. So they banned those two episodes. Do they pick 2-5 here, actually?
They might go 3-6.
Inferno on 2-6.
They might go 3-6
would be good for... I think 3-6 would actually be a really good pick for Nightfly. He has run that episode against us. He's comfortable with it. I almost would... Yeah. I think 3-6 is probably the most likely. I think in a crazy scenario, they pick 2-5 and let Nightfly go to 4-2, because he can run that. I taught him how to run that. and then Inferno would go back to 2-6 because he did that earlier. This is a tough one here, actually. It's a matter of what you want to prioritize. If you want to try to get something comfortable for Nightfly, or if you want to try and make Yamada as uncomfortable as possible. And there we go! There we go! 2-5. That is going to be... Oh, wow. So now, we're going to have a very interesting lineup here. So, tell you what, I actually think there's a decent chance Nightfly ends up going to 4-2, and they put Inferno back on 2-6, unless they swap that around and put Inferno back on 4-2. I know he just ran 4-3, and he has been running a little bit more Sly 4. Bacon, I think, has to be going to 2-5. We're probably going to see him play on PS5 there. Oh, but then what does Nightfly play here is the question, because has he run any Sly 2?
Maybe. A 2-6 I consider like the toe dip into intermediate levels. So maybe they're putting Nightfly on 2-6.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess you know what? He has run it. I have done community races in the past with him and Ostrava and a bunch of people, and I believe he was running 2-6. So I think he's fully capable of running the episode. Yeah, wow, I was not expecting I guess I really wasn't expecting this layout. This is a cool lineup of episodes we got. It's a mix of really common episodes, but also I feel like it just is really going to put each runner's individual skill set to the test.
Yeah,
as well,
this
like
cool.
Oh,
I like
this
this.
is very cool. Oh yeah, and I think, dude, in the back as well, something else worth mentioning, we might have a team captain versus team captain coming up in the back with 2-5. I think we're, in all likelihood, going to see Gnist versus Bacon Man on that.
Together at last.
Has that happened a whole lot in this tournament? Have we seen a lot of the team captains go head-to-head?
Actually, yeah, I've seen that a few times this tournament, and a lot of the times last tournament as well.
Yeah. It's just always cool when it works out like that, and it's funny though, here we are again with 2-5 in the back. It feels like you already know we're going to get another close match. We just saw a couple of rounds ago between the Bombers and the Sabres. That came down to the wire before ATP held it together for Gunga Fall. And then, of course, last year's tournament, probably one of the most famous duels in ACES history, Alapo versus Antho on 2-5. Legendary match, never forget that.
I
And
want
yeah,
to put
I mean,
that
I
on
think...
a VHS badly.
Sell that at the library. Like, just people would come in and rent that thing in and out like a Blockbuster video.
Oh, man. But we got a good match for us today. 2-6, a good intermediate one. 4-2, a good intermediate one. And 2-5. I easily say 2-5 or 3-5 are the hardest episodes to run.
2-5 and 3-5, you said? Okay. I think 2-5 definitely, though, is often considered one of the harder episodes in Sly 2, so that's why I always say it's interesting. 4-2 is just a generally more consistent Sly 4 episode. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said, well, just from coming from someone who's only done PlayStation 2 Fectas, and touched Sly 4 a bit. Want to keep that on the down low.
Yeah, but as we see here, we're going to get started, and Inferno is actually going to be on 2-6 for the Peacocks, so Nightfly, I think my former Arabia Dow teammate in the scrimmage, is about to make me very proud here, as he, in all likelihood, unless he's been learning 2-5, is going to end up going to 4-2. That's going to be very interesting to see how he performs against Albi on that one.
Oh boy.
Wow. We are in for a match here, my friend. This is going to be so interesting.
Despite the little unlucky guard spawn at the beginning, it looks like Yamada has got those stealth slides down, at least for this first episode. This is kind of home for me. This is the second episode I actually learned last year for ACES. Thank you, Map. And thank you, Nave, for those wonderful teachings. This is a very interesting episode, because when it's easy, it's easy. When it's hard, it's hard. But it's also short.
You know, 2-6 has the benefit of being one of the shorter episodes in the game. Like I said, I'm not Sly 2 is unfortunately my least knowledgeable game, which is why I'm glad you're here, Prof. But
Oh,
from
we're
what I've
not doing
seen of this
slope jumps. We're doing the hooks. Interesting.
yeah, well, I mean,
Bit of safety strats there.
yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah, I
curious if
think
they're gonna go for the bass mouth pictures or just gonna walk up to them. I especially have trouble with the second route.
yeah, to your point though, Professor, 2-6 is just it always seems like an interesting episode. In spite of it being one of the easier
Lore.
episodes on paper, there's still a lot of jobs like Spice in the Sky and some other, you know, like the operation that can definitely give people some trouble. We've also seen some shenanigans happen in previous matches with like, you know, Slowy forgetting the blueprints in one match. That's not a shot, but it's just a lot of interesting things can still happen, you know? Like nothing is ever safe in Aces. It really does feel like you're in a really different scenario.
Oh
Oh, speaking
no!
of which, Yamada getting spotted. That's very unfortunate.
Ah man, that has happened way too many times at the start of my runs. Oh boy.
Inferno opting to play it a little bit safer there, going around the outside to avoid getting spotted, and it's going to work out for him as the Peacocks take a slightly early lead.
And he catches the train too, or they, or she.
That's unfair.
You know, it's funny. The match that we got commentated on, we had double Finns. Now we have double Americans.
Yeah, no, in fact, do we have... Yeah, actually, I just realized that as well. That's kind of a funny little tidbit, is that we have 6 different nationalities in this match. I can't say I've seen that a whole lot in this tournament. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Mr. Worldwide. It looks like even with that, how you say, mishap with John Basson or Gene Bison for the Japanese and Korean version, they're only roughly about 8 to 10 seconds, which can easily be picked up in Spice or Operation.
Yeah, right on there. As we see, Yamada on the left absolutely zooming. I honestly really think this is a really cool narrative as well for this match. I'm very interested to see how Inferno performs. Obviously, he has run this episode in Aces before in the first match he played against us, where he picked this up for the Peacocks. He unfortunately had some moments where I think on the train he kind of had to resort to casual strats, and he had one unfortunate mishap on Spice in the Sky, but so far so good for him. Hopefully that doesn't change for their sake. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how he kind of treats this, if he tries to play it more safe, if he's been practicing this episode, or if he's been grinding more Sly 4.
Oh, it looks like Inferno's out of juice. They're gonna have to run. That's an easy thing to do. Oh, and Yamada 2 is out of juice. That's an easy thing to do in this one because it's just a lot of sliding. But, yeah, looks like Inferno's done at the, looks like it's going to be a 421, I think. Oh, no.
Roughly. Or, yeah, maybe like a little bit longer.
Maybe a 431.
You know, still very, very early on. It's a little hard to tell how big of a lead we're going to see, as Inferno playing a little bit safe there, almost reset too soon, thankfully realized it. But yeah, Professor, as somebody who's run this episode a little bit more than myself, what do you say is our first big point of variance that we should look out for?
Definitely Spice in the Sky CSS is going to be our first point of variance, but I think it's going to get a bit more when we do Bentley's train heist in the day 1. That's where we'll see the biggest variance, because that one can go so bad so fast, in my opinion. I've seen it happen with other newer runners, especially myself last year. But it's definitely going to be Spice in the Sky CSS if they decide to do it.
Which I would imagine they're going for this. I think Inferno did go for this in the match he played against us. At least I think he did. I could be mistaken there. But it looks like he is in fact going for it now, and I would imagine Yamada wouldn't exclude it.
Oh, adding a super jump in there.
Yeah, that jump can be a little bit tight if you like start paragliding too soon. You can pretty easily clip that, so I don't blame him at all for playing it safe.
Gotcha. It looks like he's going for the lower route. I usually go for the higher route nowadays, just to fall onto it and then fall onto the electricity. Oh, looks like we got a. Ooh, this might not work actually. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be. Oh man, I don't think it's gonna work. Yamato over here is doing it good. Doing the CSS good so far. All right, we're gonna see if Inferno gets it. This is the one that sucks. This GHJ sucks.
Oh, falling through there, and he's gonna have to load. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Those glitch high jumps can be really. Looks like he might. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, and they both fall through the world. Jeez, commentators cursed there.
That glitched high jump, I hate it. I can get it on my PS2 or if I hook up a PS3 to CRT. Outside of that,
Oh man, Mapioto's crying in chat right now as he apparently is he's yelling at our runners here to go for backup strat. Yeah, those glitch high jumps, to your point though, Professor, they can be very annoying if you're not always used to it. You have to time it at a very specific point, like right when Sly starts falling through the world. Otherwise, you're just going to end up doing a cane swing and then falling through the ground anyways. So, pretty unfortunate break for both of our runners there that they missed in the first try. But yeah, as you were saying, it already looks like we're going to be pretty much back to even, and whoever really hits this cutscene skip first is going to be out to a big lead.
Yeah. To any newer runners watching, I will say, when doing this trick, it's definitely in your head. Once you, like, just understand it, it's easy as sin. Oh, and there's another bad one from Inferno. I'm sorry, Inferno.
Do we get it? If he gets it, and he does.
Amazing. Beautiful.
All right.
For one of the charity events I did this year, I actually sound locked myself there, and on PS2, which there's like very few places you can sound lock on PS2, but yeah, this one's not fun. Oh, Inferno's going it for a third time. Let's hope he gets it. All right, let's see if Yamada knows the route. Forward, meteor left, meteor right. Yep, he does.
Yeah. No, honestly, I've been like pretty impressed with what Yamada's been doing so far. Obviously, the fail and the cutscene skip the first time around is very unfortunate, but it does definitely look like, you know, he's been preparing for this episode. Like, he knows the route pretty clearly, and I believe this was, in fact, the Lumberjacks pick. As Inferno...
Most likely map.
Interesting period. I don't think Inferno even had fake floor, did he?
No.
Did he even go? Yeah. So no cutscene skip there for the Peacocks at all, which, in a sense, maybe is better than Inferno is just getting a move on, not failing to get far behind. But yeah, unfortunate break there for the Peacocks that they couldn't get that time save. And Yamada having a little bit more trouble here with these balloons. This is kind of what we were talking about with this job. Even if you know the route, sometimes it's a little easier to just drop your paraglider and for things to go wrong.
Oh yeah, man. I said that wrong. It wasn't a sound lock. It's I somehow fell through the world and then the plane just froze and it wouldn't refuse to go up. My bad. Sorry. I think, in my opinion, I think the best explanation of this mission is the Nave GDQ hotfix run. Sorry, Augie. It looks like we're just one train out. I think that's roughly 1 minute and 10 seconds.
You know, this, even with the missed cutscene skip, yeah, Yamada having those unfortunate troubles with the trains definitely helped Inferno's cause a little bit. It looked like he knew the route, Yamada did. He just had some trouble lining up when it came to landing on the train cars, which can be a little bit tricky depending on the route you take.
Yeah. I do want to say Inferno's route back to the plane, I think that's one of the fastest ones. That was a good way he did that. That was a bad way of saying that. But it shortened the gap a little bit. Yes, he did the thing, and he's doing the thing good.
He's playing the game, and he is playing the game. Well,
he is Squidward game.
Yeah, no, both of these runners, it's been really cool to kind of see them in action. I can't say I knew these two. I probably still could get to know these two a little bit better. They both seem like great guys. it's also just been cool to see Inferno really get a head start and kind of to see how he's developed throughout this tournament. It's a little unfortunate to see him still have mishaps like this, but it's cool to see him still out here and still playing. And Yamada as well, he's been a face in the community for a long time. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen him run as much, and so to see him out here doing his thing has been pretty awesome.
That's what I like about ACES. It lets the lesser-known runners get a time in the spotlight, because, especially me as a lesser-known runner, it's hard out there. But
yeah,
looks like we're coming up to the end of Spice in the Sky for both the runners. Inferno starting his third one, and Yamada's finishing their third one. I wonder if they're going to do the fake floor with Carmelita.
I would imagine. This fake floor...
Looks like they're going for it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. Yeah, I believe... Correct me if I'm wrong here. Somebody in chat as well can fix me on this, but I think this fake floor is a little bit more forgiving because I don't think it's entirely dependent on, like, the guards, on, like, some guard dying, because the job fail criteria is that you get too far away from Karm. So as long as at some point during the fall you get far enough away from Karm, that will happen. So yeah, as long as Yamada doesn't just, like, you know, square attack or do something unfortunate, he should have this pretty easily. It looks like he's in a good spot.
He got it. Well, you do want to square attack here just because it makes you fall faster. It saves like half a second. Oh, Inferno going for this spire point instead. I noticed too they didn't know they didn't know the where the fake four starts. For me, I just go gung ho to stealth slide square boost all the way up. It hasn't worked through my advantage a couple times, but yeah. And it looks like Inferno's gonna get it.
Inferno, yeah, I think the duck broke his other chimney. That's why he had to go for the further one.
Right. And I hope you like waiting.
Yeah. Oh, are we at the fun part? Most entertaining part of this match?
This mission specifically is what makes me not want to run 2-6, especially on PlayStation 2.
Smoke bomb. Oh, Inferno getting a little bit of a duck.
The smoke bomb is used to have the flashlight guard stop following you, so Carmelita can kill it and it can do their little spins. Oh, Yamada got too far. Yikes. But Carmelita has to hit certain checkpoints to finish the mission. If not, they're gonna go back to those checkpoints, lose a bunch of time. It sucks. Oh, Yamada deciding to fail instantly for not getting the first guard. That's big risky, but it looks like we got a new lead chain with Paris Peacocks. That was...
Yeah. Back and forth we go here.
I really thought it was going to happen at the train, but anything goes.
Yeah, no, this job can definitely cause some hiccups for newer runners, especially if you forget generally the spot to start running away from Karm. And Yamada taking another job fail there. Oh gosh.
It's Jover.
Meanwhile, on the right side, we see Inferno actually trying to take advantage of this flashlight guard. It looks like he... See, this is the thing about Inferno, is like, unfortunately, this run hasn't, you know, worked out perfectly for him with the Spice in the Sky cutscene skip, but he definitely knows a lot of things to do. Like, that guard lure doesn't always happen, but if you know it's there, he clearly knew what to do. He was trying to get it over to the other side. Just unfortunate mishaps here for both of our runners that's really caused this to go back and forth.
Yeah. A lot of stuff in Slide 2, it feels like you gotta play the deck that you're dealt. Especially, you can, like, control 99% of the game with guard spawn manipulation, but sometimes that 1% where the guard just instantly spawns the second you turn your camera. It's interesting. That's another reason I love Slide 2. That, because it has a Japanese version on PS2. And that's the 5th time I've mentioned PlayStation 2. Quota met.
Bingo square? Question mark?
Okay, for the bingoers out there, Sly 1 and the Thievius Raccoonus.
Man of the people. Yeah, no, Yamada here, unfortunately, like, yeah, with all those fails, I think the mindset to hopefully get through the job. As long as he doesn't fail at this point, he should be okay, because this gap definitely still isn't insurmountable, especially with what we have left in the back. Like I said, I'm just really interested to see how much Nightfly has practiced 4-2. In fact, Professor, going back to what you
We got
said
group
earlier
shots from
about
Carmelita.
Karma on screen.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah,
There could be some closing of the gap a little bit, not lead switching, but Inferno. I think they only have one or maybe none smoke bombs left, and Yamada has a full juice bar. We could see 10 seconds maybe brought back to Lumberjacks.
that's assuming Yamada does in fact implement the smoke bomb strats. But yeah, that's kind of why I was surprised to see him just spam smoke bomb at that one point, because that is how you're going to save quite a bit of time here in this job. It looks like no, not even. I don't think he even has enough juice for one smoke bomb with how much he's been stealth sliding.
Yeah, he's just gonna go full gung ho on the stealth slide. Oh, and they have two guards. Unlucky. Carmelita has to kill them both before they can, or maybe just kill one of them before they can go back to pickpocketing. Oh yeah, swag on the generator. Get your hops on, gamers.
I have seen some. Whoa, Carm kind of freaking out there. I have seen some meme clips where Carmelita will just take forever to kill these ducks. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Inferno. It is a little unlucky that he got two dart spawns there. Yeah, thankfully.
And he got a healther. He might be able to do a smoke bomb here.
That should definitely be enough juice for one smoke bomb, right?
Oh, definitely. If not, they can use it for stealth sliding the rest of it, which not a bad choice either.
Yeah, I feel like the smoke bomb is definitely more important though, especially if you're just waiting for Karn to get back to the generator. We'll see if he uses it though.
I'm a big fan of the mechanic of they can feel you pickpocketing, because pickpocketing just feels a little overpowered in my opinion. So you're able to just steal any key to anything instantly without being caught. Okay, buddy.
It's a cartoon video game about raccoon thief, you know, like can't all be realistic.
Oh,
I do
no,
kind of
Yamada
getting shot again, dude. This has been a disaster of a job for Yamada, unfortunately. Just nothing has been going his way so far.
Yeah, I think they were too far up on the generator, a bit too close to Murray, so Karm was able to shoot them. You gotta be like in that nice pocket between the pipe and the top. That's why I also like hold into it. Also for the swag, it's kind of fun to see Sly moonwalk the entire way.
Get that Michael Jackson flex on there.
Alright, Inferno's heading to train.
Yeah, no, I think if you're the Peacocks, this is exactly what you need going into the next leg of the race, with Nightfly being newer to 4-2 versus Albie, who's a very experienced Fly 4 runner. Yeah, that's also there.
Ah.
Oh boy. Oh, he's alive though. He has a sliver.
Yeah,
of
he's
health,
on
though.
noob mode right
Not taking
now.
another death here. He's gotta be careful.
That was great movement by Inferno on the way to the job checker. Could have done without the bonk, but hey, we're not going for world record here. We're just trying to win.
Yeah, no, I'm not one to speak on movement, because Sly 2, it's definitely easy to forget one little square boost or one thing here and there. So Inferno generally has been, like I said, he's had pretty good movement here. Yamada unfortunately getting shot again.
Hey, did not expect this to be the problem. But hey, we have a whole day in operation to go. Anything can happen, especially with the final boss of this episode. Unless you're a professional Mario Party 3 player, it's very difficult. I have the blisters to prove it. Wow, that was far away for the final key.
Yeah, no, like I said, Yamada, I think at this point is just going to be thankful. Get out of this job. I don't want to keep beating you dead, but it's good to see him just at least get through this, and there's still a long way to go in the episode. Inferno especially, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. I've loved what he's done so far with movement, but I would like to see if he's implemented some more...
Keys.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? I would like to see if he's implemented some more advanced movement on the theft on the rails job with Slide, because I think in our match when he came to 2-6, he was a little unfamiliar with the route of how to get over the train cars, and he kind of just resorted to going straight through. So I'm interested to see if he's implemented anything new there or how he's adapted to the rest of the episode. Oh man. Yeah, though. Operation is I think Professor, like you said at this point, one of the bigger points that we have left. Cut
Like I
3.
said, anything can go. We still have a whole tournament ahead of us. We got a whole 4-2 and a whole 2-5.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Cooper for hire.
Life is wondering if Nila will go down any player today. What are we thinking?
Put that man in horny jail.
Well, yes. Also,
But maybe actually.
oh, interesting movement as well from Inferno to that jog trigger.
Yeah. I'll be honest, there's been many a times where I forgot the movement for bombing the train.
And Sonic, to your point, I've never seen anybody get to aerial assault like that. I mean, when you have hoverpack, your options open up quite a bit. But yeah, it's just interesting to see what he takes. Yeah.
Map, I don't think
Professor
breaking even saves time. I don't think that's how math works. What were we gonna ask? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna kind of, I'm kind of trying to keep it on the current job. Like, do you have anything to say about this job? Because I know some people hate this job as well because of some mashing, but do you think this is really difficult, or is it kind of just another job in EP6?
Difficult? I consider it annoying.
What makes it annoying?
It's just a lot to keep up. I'm not good when there's more than 5 things on string I have to keep up with. My friends, IRL, love bullet hells, but me, I couldn't do it. Also, this job is loud for some reason. Like, my CRT hates this job on PS2. Thank you, BB. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't help that you have a lot of, like, really graunchy, I guess you could say, sound effects with bullets flying everywhere and bombs, and, like, the music also being kind of loud. I do love this track. Like, the song that comes along with this job is probably one of my favorite tracks in Sly 2. But it's just, like you said, a lot on both your eyes and ears.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yamada actually also did the same route to aerial assault, which is really interesting.
Hey, sign of the times.
Everybody's moving up in the world, you know? Times they are changing.
That one was for Izumi. The times they are a-changing.
Bob Dylan is just, like, underrated. Did you ever see that movie they made about Bob Dylan? Great Unknown, I think it was.
Not yet. That's on my dossier of movies to watch. And I was actually thinking of the Simon and Garfunkel version. Oh, Infernal got a quick ending on that one. That one always trips me up a bit. Now let's see if they reset here. That's the common that's the common joke. Like, people reset here if they don't know that waiting for the cutscene is faster. I don't think it happens anymore nowadays, but
I swear we've seen. I think somebody has done that in this tournament, right? I don't think it was Inferno who did it. I think it might have been somebody else. I'm not sure.
And we're coming up on bear cub kidnapping. I think this is a felony. I think this is 3 felonies.
Quite a few. Just, kidnapping kids isn't exactly street
Let's see if
legal.
they go for the cutscene skip. It looks like they're going for the cutscene skip.
Yeah.
I can't tell if they got it. Shoot. The idea is you bonk off the rope, and then you get on the train tracks. The train will run you over and kill you.
I actually don't
Yep,
know
they
if
got
he...
it.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay. It was taking a while for him to die there, but I think that's just because he got to the job trigger way quicker. I'm used to seeing that cutscene skip in 100%, where you get to the job trigger a little later, so I think you die in 100% before Murray's dialogue even pops up on screen. I was a little worried there, but no, he's got it. Thank God.
With that one, it's just you, for the cutscene skip, it always is the same speed just because of the cycles with the train.
So Inferno jumping to the roof and throwing the bear cub over the train, that was sick. I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, if you don't look at bears, they can't hit you. This works in real life. Try it, go to Yosemite Park.
Oh gosh.
Sly Golds does not take responsibility for bear maulings.
It was funny seeing you be so surprised at how far they threw the bear because, like, that's just second nature to me. I don't even think about it anymore.
I mean, dude, like I said, I just like I don't play Sly 2 as often as a lot of other runners do. So just seeing a lot of different variants in movement and everything. I don't know. It's just like this game always manages to surprise me. Like especially with, Tootsie being on our team, just watching him play this episode and watching all the backups and the movement he does. I just like this game all these years later just continues to surprise me with the people that get to play it, and it's just crazy.
Heck, after 15
I
years
also
of watching this,
I feel I'm gonna
oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, if you want to feel old, this game in September is old enough to drink.
So we're gonna have a giant drinking any percent run this year, aren't we?
No. No. Sly Gold does not take any responsibility for any deaths or hospitalizations due to alcohol poisoning. We are not responsible for this at all.
Right then, we're
Please
going
keep
into
responsible. Jeez.
I
Oh, gosh.
Mapio, no.
Oh.
Okay, Inferno got up there on second try. That's good.
Yeah.
Man, look at all these platforming challenges that the devs left for you. They made the train cars so interesting and fun to go through. And there's like so many different laser ones. There's one where like the lasers are so crazy, but it's still possible to do it without going through the crawl space. And we get to have these amazing, beautiful platforming challenges, and we're done.
Yeah, no, so first of all, I am happy to see that Inferno took the liberty of going over the train cars this time. That's great. I will say, when I started watching Sly 2 speedruns, that was one bit that always made me kind of sad. Just because, like, yeah, you joked about it as
Yamada missed the bear.
Yeah, just by a little bit. But I always kind of love those train car sections as a kid. I think a lot of people will agree with me when they say that Episode 6 casually is one of, if not the best in the game. And those train car challenges with all the characters were always just super fun. And then lo and behold, you come to the speed run and it's just like you jump over the train cars and it's completely uninteresting. Which, hey, in the name of speed, I get it, but sometimes, it's just unfortunate to see what gets cut out.
Yeah. 2-5 is my favorite. My second favorite episode. Casually. Oh, he dropped the bear. Ooh.
Yeah. I think he should hopefully be okay here as long as he doesn't get shot too much. Yeah, he's good. I was more worried that he was going to get stuck for a minute and then have to, deal with the bear getting run over by the train, which thankfully didn't happen. Thankfully, he got through that job. Yeah, it's interesting. Mappy's actually got, I think, some pretty solid picks there. I think a lot of people would say that 2-1 is definitely one of their favorites. It is the most iconic episode in the game. I also always loved 2-4. Like, when I was a really young kid, that episode genuinely scared me at some points with just that atmosphere and the whole setup. I love the music with how atmospheric it was. Oh, getting a sneak peek there to Nightfly in the 2-6 or the 4-2 safe house. But yeah, no.
Cool, smooth animation.
Yeah, no. I unfortunately don't have the power to just like whip out the ACES transitions at will, but shoutouts to people who made all the layouts and all the transitions, because it's been quite awesome to see all of this at work. It's cool artwork.
It's gonna be fun trying to figure out how we're gonna do this in a live setting. Aces 3 IRL, hopefully.
So,
All right,
least
we're
one.
coming up on the what I like to call Mario Party minigame, the boss fight.
all right, yeah. So now, Sonic pointed it out earlier. What is it? RC Bombing Run? Is that the name of the job with Bentley? Where you're on the train?
Yes, RC Bombing Run.
Okay, yeah. Once again, I'm
It's
still a
hard for me to
little.
remember the names. You've seen my splits.
Oh yeah, you're all good. Of Aerial Assault. That's it. Sorry.
Oh,
RC
aerial
Bombing. What is it? RC Bombing Run is Bentley's third job in episode 4, I believe.
Nope,
is RC
episode
Bombing
2.
Run. Episode 2? You sure?
That's what Sly Sonic says. I trust Sly Sonic.
Oh my gosh, I'm a fake fan. Horrible. I don't know what it is about Sly 2. It's just like whenever I hop in the commentary booth, Sly 2 is it's wall bombing for episode 4. Yeah, thanks, Sonic. I can never remember Sly 2 job names to save my life, and I don't know what it is, because I can remember Sly 3 job names perfectly fine, and Sly 4 job names perfectly fine.
It's
And
almost
then I don't
like
know.
you'd run Sly 3 and 4.
Yeah. Right? Almost like I haven't run this game. What? Incredible. That was really good mashing by Inferno as well.
Yeah. I can already feel the blister on my right thumb. Oh man.
Speedrun the less. Yeah, no, I guess, like, yeah, Sly 2 is a game I've been meaning to speedrun for a long time with everybody I've seen run it. It's also just looked really fun. I think what always drew me to 3 and 4 over 2 was that everybody was running 2 and 1. And not to say that nobody runs 3 or 4, because obviously you've had amazing people like Remo and Nudie and Bacon
Oh,
and, like, everyone in between running Sly 4.
Glitched high jump here. Oh boy. This one's gotcha there.
Oh, thank
This one
God. All right.
sucks. This is one of the few hooks you have to like really angle it to be good. Oh, we got another transition. Ooh, beautiful. Looks like Albi's going for it. So it looks like we are getting a captain versus captain.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me at all, because Albi's been very, very practiced with Sly 4. Very respectable runner. I'm really excited to see how that works out. Yeah, though, like I said, I think the Peacocks are in a really good scenario right now coming up for this leg of the race. I've taught Nightfly a lot about 4-2, and he's shown significant progress in it. That being said, if you're going to talk about
Oh, they got the
experience
super jump.
advantage,
Yamada got the super jump at the beginning of operation.
yeah.
If you just mash the jump button there's a chance you could accidentally fall and then just put you on top of the roof. Saves a couple seconds.
Just like, yeah, convenient to get there really quick. No music box CSS, Sag as a Hundo player. Also, we see Neela going down on Inferno. Laugh it up.
Laugh it
Did
up,
it.
those balls.
Woo! She did the thing! But yeah, like I was saying, just with Sly 4, and apparently, yeah, that was, wow, Inferno
We did it.
machine gunning the mashing on there and sets off Nightfly. GG's Inferno. Great job on that operation.
34-22.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not
I
a
mean,
bad,
Albi's got
not a
way
bad
more
music.
experience, so Nightfly definitely needs 314. Come again? All right. Let's see
All
here,
right.
yeah.
This is your department.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be very interesting to see. Like I said, 4-2 is one of the episodes that's changed a lot in both 100% and any percent over the years. And it's also probably the most beginner friendly. Not no, I guess I probably would say in Sly 4 it's the most beginner friendly episode. Not only because it requires no 6-axis gimmicks, but also NTSC runners will be very happy. The optimal language is Spanish, which NTSC can finally do. What else is there?
Espanol.
Yeah, Espanol. Yeah, 4-1 arguably is a little bit beginner friendly. I feel like just at a higher level, 4-1
GG,
can
I'm
be
gonna 35-27.
very
That is
punishing.
not a bad time for 2-6. There's some hiccups there, but amazing time. Albi, let's go.
And
Albi, let's
GG's to
go.
Yamada. Yeah. Looks like
Oh
maybe a
wait,
little
no,
bit
not
of
yet. That was only the
miscommunication
first
there
one.
on
Oh, that was only the first one. Whoops. Whoops.
Oh gosh, Professor, my own commentator was trolling me. I was like just watching to see how Nightfly moves to this job, and he's like, "Oh, done, not done."
I didn't know until they transitioned. Don't look at me. They transitioned. That's why I said that.
Everybody is trolling everybody. What is going on?
Man, the Americans ruining Sly Cooper all over again. Thank you, Mr.
No, not
Stupid.
again.
I do Sly 3 now too, Ison.
That's great. It's great to be able to see people do a wide variety of games in the tournament as well. That's something we touched on earlier. Really cool, just to like see everybody kind of get to flaunt their stuff. Like I'm mainly a Sly 4 runner, but being able to play Sly 3 so much in this tournament has been a really cool experience.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Neela was feeling a little bit I don't know what adjective to use for commentary, but she went down on both of our runners. Giddy up, cowgirl. Sheesh.
You cannot see my face, but
Yeah, I imagine. Looks like Yamada just finished up though, because Albie just got
Albie,
let
no,
loose.
why'd you start early? It looks like they
Probably
loaded
a little
the
bit.
save. They'll be fine. Alright,
okay.
now we're done. 37-14. Not a bad
GG's,
time.
Yamada.
GG's. Let's do this. Stream delay, isn't it?
That's what I was assuming, was there was a little bit more of a stream delay, which was going to be the culprit. But we're all good. But yeah, and now we are on to one of, like, probably one of the more popular episodes to run in Sly 4, 4-2. I generally do like this episode quite a bit. Some jobs can just be very, very frustrating, especially if you're a newer runner. It takes a lot of experience and just sort of understanding of the situation to kind of know what to do and how to certain variations. But overall, it's a really cool episode with some fun jobs. This one is just kind of fun with the route and everything. Jailhouse Blues coming up. We've got some really big skips. It's going to be very important to see how our runners handle those, if they handle them well at all, or if they don't. What else are we talking about? Grand Key Larceny, Operation, also just big variance points. Jailbreak is going to be a job that I'm very much looking forward to because that has a lot of potential for time save with even more big skips. Overall, just a really fun episode.
Yeah.
And just really interesting.
This one's for Nave. Don't forget, you can press the circle button to skip Chalk Talks.
Oh gosh. Dude.
Yeah, my first 4-2 run was not good. That was a abysmal 114 at ACES. Disgusting.
Going all the way back. I mean, to be fair, you guys didn't lose another game until the finals after you made that mistake. You did learn from it at the very least.
I fought with all my heart last ACES. I'm gonna fight with all my heart this ACES.
Amen. Yeah, Professor, though, do you like running 4-2? Because I know, like you said, you had run it previously. But how do you actually feel about the episode?
It really just comes down to how I feel about Sly 4 as a whole. Sly 4... I'm gonna leave it at that. But, 4-2 is, 4-2 has been a really good, getting my feet wet into Sly 4, since I do eventually plan on doing a disgusting PS2 Fecta plus PS Vita Sly 4 run for charity sometime this year.
I mean, goated, but also why? Not the Vita.
Because I like torturing myself with Sly Cooper.
Apparently so.
And then I'm also going to be listening to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony stretched out to 24 hours.
So I'm hearing that this man enjoys pain.
I mean, I'm having some fun with 4-4, if that's any indication.
Goodbye, Yamada. GG's on the race again. Thank you for showing
That was
up.
a great time. Thanks, Yamada. Thanks for the amazing show. You know, I feel like Sly 4 has sort of a Batman Arkham syndrome. When it comes to, like, Sly 1, you have to be, like, almost on top of the Ninja Spire to hit it. And then in Sly 2 and 3, you gotta be close, and in Sly 4, you're basically a heat-seeking missile. Oop, they got the cutscene skip.
Yeah, they did. That's not very difficult. But yeah, no, Sly 4, that's it's honestly one of the biggest parts of its movement tech with circle boosting is just the absurdity of how far of a range you have when it comes to thief moves. Is you'll see it especially when we go to Saloon Bug on the way to that job, but there are some bits of movement that are just like only possible because of the absurd thief move radius. As we see Nightfly here having a little bit of trouble, but trying out this new skip where you can kind of get over the wall
Oh
and
yeah.
hit this block in a different way. Gets its second try pretty nicely. That's good to see.
I really wanted to try that last year. It didn't work out well.
It's it can give you a little bit of trouble. The jump is really the annoying, especially if you're trying to do it fast. And you also have to hold back on your jump off the post out of bounds. Otherwise, there's a chance you can just fall through the world and then die instantly because there's a plane of instant death water underneath the world. And also, Nightfly getting the Binocucom cutscene skip, which officially makes Spanish faster, so good on him to do that.
Yeah.
Unless he's not doing the skip, and he's actually just gonna opt for the blocks, which is interesting. Yeah, that actually means that German would have been like slightly faster, not crazy faster, but you have to do the other skip there where you jump off the block and then do a spiral dive onto the side of that platform. Not opting to go for that, so little little point of variance there for Nightfly, but he gets through it just fine, so at the very least there is that, which getting through it is probably just better at this point, especially for Sly 4, if you want to just keep it consistent.
It could also could be a comfortability thing. I know with me, I feel very comfortable when I'm running in English or Japanese or Spanish, just because I'm so used to those language, being a Texan and also a giant frickin' weeb. Not that comfortable with Korean, even though I've been playing so much Sly 2 Korean.
Korean's just an interesting language. I know some people are kind of on that same boat. Like some people just prefer to play Sly 2 in English just because they're I don't want to say they're kind of uncomfortable with Korean, but they just prefer having it in native tongue. It's the same reason why a lot of people still prefer to run like Sly 2 and 3 in English or in Finnish, in, like their native language, which I still think is cool if you're comfortable with it. I think it's kind of cool to see people just shoot for their best, but in their own language, I should say.
Well, that's just with speedrunning as a whole. I know a lot of I know a few people at Pace preferred playing at least practicing Mario 64 in English before they did the Japanese run on stage, which no fault to them.
Yeah. Albie actually missed the Binocucom cutscene skip there, so I had to opt for skipping the cutscene directly. And yeah, of course, English is also just way easier to get than Korean because you have to jump through a bunch of hurdles in order to get the Korean version.
Do you want the legal way or the non-Twitch way? Both ways suck. Ooh, Inferno. Not Inferno, Nightfly doing some beautiful jumps there.
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
I can only do that on PS3. I've done it once on PS Vita and it just sucks. Speaking of, I left my Vita at work. Dang it.
Yeah. Albie had a little bit of trouble there with the other skip, but thankfully got it. Also did some sick cane stall there to make the movement a little more optimal. Yeah, though, Nightfly there, I haven't been talking about the main skips there, but that is one of the, like, older strats, but it can still give you a lot of trouble if you don't know exactly where to line it up. That being said, that was absolutely beautiful. That was very clean, and he also did the Jake strat, where you use the ball to get over to the button immediately. That saves, like, at least 4 seconds. So, yeah, overall...
Not Jake.
Yeah, not Jake. Beg your pardon. Yeah, no, for an Aces run, though, Nightfly, that was a very, very good Jailhouse Blues. You absolutely take that. As we see, Albie here as well on the left side is going for the skip that I was talking about. You have to spiral dive at a very specific point in order to get stuck like that. And then you got to mash paraglider to get up here. Looks like Albie's having a little bit of trouble with it. Not quite getting the stuck spot. Yeah. A little bit unfortunate what's going on here. There we go. As long as paraglider gets mashed, got it.
There we are.
Got through.
Not to mention, if you got your Klopia Slide 2 before the modded console rule change, which I did, like 2 months before we changed the rules.
Yeah, I still haven't experimented much with modded consoles, but I know some people are definitely pretty happy about that. I have seen quite a few people in the community with modded consoles, and I think it's just a great change to not punish people for wanting to experiment, for wanting to get some practice tools so that they can get better at very specific points in the game. So I think it's a cool change.
Shoutouts to Canuti's practice tool they're developing. I am excited to see where that goes.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he is making that. That's gonna be so sick when that comes out.
I'm hoping to see if I can trick my Steam Deck into running it as well. Oh, what happened there? They hit some barrels and Toothpick didn't catch them.
Yeah, so in this job, like, you can't exactly speed it up. It's a pure auto scroller, this part. Toothpick will stop 6 times, and you'll kind of see it here. He'll do this little like ha ha ha, woohoo, like his little like gun spin animation where he'll look around. But we can actually cut that short and cancel it with his sort of surprised animation that he plays when he hears something. And that actually speeds this job up a tiny, tiny bit, because watching that animation is faster than letting him do his whole like toothpick dance that he's doing there. So we cut it short, and that saves tiny increments of time throughout this auto scroller. Not a whole lot, but definitely something nice to have. You just got to be careful to not get caught in this part, because if you do get caught, then you've got to go back to the start of the auto scroller, which loses significant time.
Gotcha. We're gonna have a Bentley in the Sun cinematic shot.
Nice one here. Meanwhile, I'll be here on the left side going for the bowling skip. Unfortunately, not getting. I'm gonna fall and take a death from the spikes. See if Albie's able to nail this relatively quickly. Jacks are kind of gonna need it at this point. Second try's not bad though.
Oh yeah.
Just do not shoot him. Jeez. Okay. And yeah, that's another thing you can do is if you don't have a. That's really the only scenario where we would do that, but you can also just directly alert Toothpick by running behind him. You just have to be kind of careful there not to run into dunce, otherwise that's you know, it's very unfortunate when that happens. That's happened. It's gotten way too close and failed the job like a dunce. Thankfully, it didn't happen in Nightfly there.
Looks like we Lumberjacks saved some time. We got a 2.5-minute lead instead of a full 3-minute. Ah, the beautiful scorpions.
Yeah, this section isn't really that bad. Once you kind of understand scorpions all pop in, it's really not that hard to manage. The hack can be a little bit the new barrier skip. It's not that difficult, but if you don't know exactly where you're aiming, it's pretty easy to miss. We had some we had quite the display of content with Sonic and Bites a couple of matches ago where the spot was a little bit in question and we just didn't know where to go, but we'll see what happens this time around if it gives any of our runners trouble.
All right, we're hacking.
We are indeed hacking, but yeah, leads like more like 330 according to chat. It's gonna be, yeah. I'm just trying to think of what points are left for the Jacks to really catch up. The Peacocks did really need that lead, but I don't know how many points in Sly 4 unfortunately there are for the Jacks to really make up time here. There are still a lot of really difficult skips, but I don't know, man. Based on Nightfly's like consistency, I've liked the way he's been playing so far. I really don't anticipate him having an absolute meltdown, so it might really end up coming down to Bacon holding it together on 2-5, which I'm also not particularly worried about, because 2-5 I know is one of his better episodes in all of Sly 2, but anything can still happen, so we'll see here.
Yep.
Yeah, thankfully, Professor. Both runners here remembering to skip the movie. Nothing there.
Good. Looks like the Jack's off to the races.
Yeah, Albie's going to be stuck in this auto scroller for a little bit. Meanwhile, Nightflyer will see nails the skip. He's coming up to it right here. Basically, you've just got to like sort of juke this laser wall and aim towards the center.
Come on, come on.
Get death there, I think.
Eesh.
Yeah, doesn't get it. He's
I've done this.
unfortunately not going to
That
quite the
he's
right
trying to
spot.
be
You
a
can't really hug the edge of the ball. You need to towards the center.
another death.
Yeah, Nightfly is unfortunately having quite a bit of trouble with this. And this is the kind of thing I was talking about. Like, if you don't know where exactly to land for this skip, this can really give you a lot of trouble, as we're seeing here. This is exactly what happened to fights in Sonic a couple of matches ago. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, so I don't know what exactly the collision is like there, but for whatever reason, as we see Alfie on the left doing the bites, bottle break strat, it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you try to hug the left there or the right where those little notches are that actually display the laser, you won't be able to break through. You kind of have to be dead center. And at that point, if you're not in the right spot, you'll just get stuck, and then the lasers and dots will eat away at your health pretty quickly. So Nightfly, unfortunately, took a few deaths there, not too great. If Albie can make up some time back there, that would be really cool. And on top of that, now we're also going to see how many new skips, or like, rather, I guess we're going to see what Nightfly is going to implement in Cooper for Hire, which at this point in the job, this is where this gets really interesting. There's a lot of things that can just go wrong here if you don't know how to handle the cards. If you're kind of just playing it overly safe, or if you overuse crack shot when you don't need to. And on top of that, now a little while ago, I'm not sure who found the skip, but there was a spiral dive strat discovered in the first main room where you can get on top of some blocks and shoot the crack shot door ridiculously early, which is a really cool strat. I'm interested to see if Nightfly ends up going for this, or if he ends up just playing it safer and doing some older route. He just goes through it. Guess we'll find out. It's going to be a little bit slow for the time being, but relatively quickly we're going to see Albie catch up to like this part of the job and the skip as well. Unfortunately, missing that as well, Albie on the left there. There's a barrier skip you can do where if you line yourself up just right, you can kind of slip past that laser wall. I personally don't like using the laser when going skip. I used to always do it, but I find that just going at it without the laser is actually a lot easier. So unfortunate miss there by Albie, but still one big skip to catch up. And Nightfly in just a moment here will be coming up to one of the bigger skips in this job.
If they get it.
If they get it, yeah, of course. Yeah. Sly 4 Revolution, yeah, to Mappy's point, unfortunately ended a little while ago, but it's still so cool to see how far people have pushed this game. I know the word on the street used to be that this game was kind of a meme to speedrun, but seeing the way that it's been pushed and the way that it's been revolutionized in the past, even if the revolution is over, I don't care. I think it's just a really underrated speed game, and I really hope more people in the future come to appreciate it.
Even as a
He's
resident
going for it.
Life 4 hater,
Oh! My God, that was clean by both our runners. Albie got that skip first try, and then
Beautiful.
Nightfly just absolutely nailed that. That was beautiful.
But
Holy. Woo.
what I was saying there, despite being resident Sly 4 hater, I don't think Sly speedrunning is gonna die anytime soon. Like, there's so much to do still. I see so much potential in all 4 games. Maybe not Sly 180%, I think that's about to die, but like the other categories, I think there is so much to do in all 5 games now that we have Hackback. I'm like, Sly will never die.
Right. Who wants to run Hackback? Woohoo! So enthusiastic. Yeah. I don't know.
How to play the
man.
game. I didn't know it existed
definitely...
until 2019.
Yeah. I don't think I knew it existed until like 2 years ago, honestly. It's funny because it came out like well before Sly 4 did, so I just like need to get with the times, man.
Man, he's doing that Deadeye really well.
Oh, the crack shot?
Oh, crack shot. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption recently.
It basically is Deadeye. Like, that's essentially what it is. So, I don't blame you for saying that.
I didn't know
And
Sly 2 existed until 3 seconds ago. Sly 3 came out in 2027.
we are living in the future. Oh my goodness. Hello. Nightfly, though, very solid Cooper for hire on the right. Very glad to see him get through that, and I'm interested to see how Albie does with this. Yeah, Crackshot, or Deadeye, as Professor would say. It's just it's a really cool ability in casual play, especially. It's great to just have that power to just nuke guards instantly. The problem with the speed run is that it slows the game down, so you really have to try and use it as little as possible, because if you overuse it, especially in jobs like Cooper for what is it, Blind Date, that are normally just auto scrollers, you can actually lose a lot more time just by making it way slower. Yeah, Professor, I do actually want to talk more about your point with the games and how much room some of them have left to go. Real quick, you're going to see what I'm talking about right here with the absurd thief move radius of like landing on this one spire point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. In Sly 2 and 3, that's an absolute pipe dream. But in Sly 4, that's just possible.
Sly 4, it's just another day. Yeah,
All the
like with Batman Arkham Asylum, you have to basically be on top of the enemy to hit him good. But in Arkham Knight, you can just heat-seeking missile across the room. Same with the thief moves.
some things just easier from game to game. Albie, meanwhile, on the left side, also so happy to see that. But yeah, with all this talk about the timeline of games and whatnot, I still think there's a lot of room to go in a lot of Sly games. I could definitely do more for Sly 4 myself, not just running, but also for contributing to finding new strategies. And I think Sly 1, the only reason why people say it's like, okay, to be fair, a lot of people in the past have said like Sly 1 any% was dead. A lot of people were saying Sly 1 any% was dead when Neon got the first ever 34. And now the
Look at that
problem is
31
like,
right now.
yeah, like Geeg now has like a 31, which is absolutely absurd. So now everybody is saying that like Sly 1 any% is dead. It's just like Sly 1, with how short it is, we're running out of game left to skip. And it's already gotten to the point of like, with where it's at a point of what else can we possibly optimize besides, I don't know, like slugs, which is RNG, and some other stuff in episode 3. If we could somehow get rid of episode 3, then obviously it's just like a boss rush, and then slugs would honestly probably be like the biggest point of RNG in the run left at that point, so that would be something cool. But yeah, no, I still think that there's always room to go. I think there's room for a lot of new skips. And I
Oh,
think there's
amazing
room-
Banaki-Com cutscene skip by Nightfly there. And amazing
Yeah.
Cooper for hire by Olby.
Yeah, likewise. No, I'm really impressed with the Cooper. Both are there, and that Binocucom cutscene skip that Nightfly just hit, that's actually pretty critical for this job. It saves like 6 seconds, because not only do you have to skip the cutscene if you miss it, but you also have to run down the hallway again because it puts you back towards the start of it. So good on him
I
to
like
hit
that.
that.
I love that cutscene trigger. You just paraglide into the arcade and then that's it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how they made that cutscene skip so, or I don't know why they made that cutscene trigger so absurdly big, but they
You're acting
did.
like Sanzero makes good games.
Okay, to be fair, yeah, fair point. Like, but it's the company that made, like, you know, 3DS Sonic Boom game. What do you mean they don't make good games? No. Ugh.
I'm a sucker punch in PlayStation 2 simp. You know this.
I'm talking to the PS2 professor. I can see it in your eyes, my friend.
Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off the camera.
All good. Yeah, no. Very solid, yeah. Solid Saloon Bug, though. Nightfly has just been, like, you know, he's been playing pretty consistently. I think both of these runners were pretty even so far, with Nightfly missing the hack barrier skip and Albie having some struggles with the new skip in Jailhouse Blues. I would say the pace for their runs are about the same right now. Though I do think Albie's experience has, you know, been shining through with nailing that spiral dive in Cooper for Hire, and also just getting the hack barrier skip a lot quicker. Something else worth mentioning as well in this job, a lot of people might think this section on the left is kind of just an auto-scroller, but there is actually a way to speed this up somewhat. The first 5 guys will always be, like, after this. Guys will not go to the same place twice until every single slot has had a steer pop up to get a drink. So as soon as all 7 slots have been filled, they will go back in the same, relatively the same order anyways, of appearing for drinks. So if you kind of memorize in what order the steers popped up, you can get in position relatively sooner, and you can actually start bartending a lot sooner and start slinging drinks faster. Little tidbit there. Meanwhile, oh, I thought Albie was going to go for the chair jump. That would have been something cool. Oh. And no Binocucom cutscene skip, unfortunately, for Albie. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier as well. See, not only do you have to skip the cutscene, but you kind of have to run a little bit more back down this hallway and have to paraglide around. So a little unfortunate there for Albie. Whoa. So Knifefly, very interesting movement as well to start Cooper for hire, not Cooper for hire. Now I'm messing up these job names. To start Blind Date. He could have done some like displacement boosts, but I don't think he was going for that to begin with. It looked like he would have been content with just running down. Just kind of got mixed up there briefly.
Oh yeah. I still don't know how that many chips got into the vents.
How did tarantulas get into the vents?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it though? With like
Easier than poker chips. At least tarantulas have a nervous system and a functioning brain. They can walk to cold air in the hot. What state are we in? Because is this California, like in Back to the Future? Is this Tennessee? Is this Texas?
Dude, I got no idea. You're asking the wrong guy.
I always thought it was California because there's so many Back to the Future Part 3. It's Mexico?
Mexico. Okay, how? If this is actually Mexico, that's kind of cool now that Spanish is the optimal language for that. It was fate.
Is this another one of those Japanese Sly 1 manuals saying Sly is 16?
It's North
Okay,
Dakota.
you can't just... Mapio, everyone in Texas calls each other amigo. That doesn't count.
Okay, Inferno, that's funny, but also, like, I have relatives who live in North Dakota. I will tell you right now, this is not North Dakota. This is absolutely not North Dakota.
Is this North Dakota?
Dakotas?
I'm not doubting that it's Mexico. I'm just doubting that because they say amigo, it's Mexico.
Still Mexico.
I trust Mapio's head. Mapio's head is quite large.
See, Seabush, I think Utah's honestly not a bad guess either. Like Utah, I think this definitely matches the climate, and Utah especially. Like, I think not a lot of people realize that Utah, aside from like Salt Lake City, is a lot of just mountains and valleys. There's not a lot actually in Utah when you start looking at the geography.
Mesa City is actually a very good representation of Utah.
Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I guess like we do really actually have a Utah episode in Sly already.
But no Texas episode.
Nah, one day.
I mean, this guy coming out, huffs my copium.
No, you know when
Sly 5 Master Thieves.
If Sly 5 ever comes out, we need an episode in Finland. With how many Finnish runners we have in this community, like, come on. Like, Finland or Norway or, like, one of the Nordic countries, like, come on, guys. Give it to us. These people have been too good to this community. I think that would be sick.
Come on, Sucker Punch, come back, please.
Let's go back. Yeah. in other notes, the game here, in case you couldn't tell, because we're talking about what country the episode is in, there's not a whole lot to blind date besides those displacement boosts at the start. The only real thing you want to keep in mind here is that you pretty much always want to be in aim mode while the jackalopes are hurling dynamite at you, because if you're out of aim mode, Tennessee can actually get knocked back, but if you're holding down the L1 button, he's actually immune to knockback, and he'll sort of just tank the shot, so that's the only real thing you want to be sure to be careful that you don't get sniped while you're trying to go to the next rail. But yeah, other than that, just don't really use crack shot because you'll slow it down, and don't forget to destroy some objects, otherwise you can just fail the job. But yeah, not too much to talk about here. Professor, what's another like area you would love to see besides Texas for like a Sly episode?
I'll hold back my jokes, but I'd really love to see it's the Weeb and Me, a Japanese episode. Like modern day Japan, not Sly 4 episode 1. I would also love to see yeah, just modern day Japan. Or modern day South Korea.
South Korea. I think that would actually be so cool, like if you... I'm just imagining like Bentley doing a hacking mission in modern day Japan or Korea. Hack, it's just like completely anime art style. Like it's an alter ego hack, but instead of it being Rambo, he's like Ichigo, or he's like Goku or something like that.
Definitely Goku. What about
Goku.
Egypt? No, I have an idea. What if we had a Sly episode in Paris?
Again.
What if we actually play...
Paris is the one place that doesn't need another episode, because it's like, it's been explored in I think almost, literally every game except 3, right? Paris has some, like, stage.
Yeah. I think in the beta they were gonna have the cops and robbers be the Dimitri stage, or they just use that as a placeholder. So they almost had Paris in there.
Almost. I'm trying to think of what the closest we ever get
I
to.
think, don't quote me on that.
I mean, I actually don't know. I mean, you might know that because I know you're very educated in the war, more so than a lot of people are. So I'll take your word for it. But yeah, I'm actually just trying to think. Oh wait, no, Mappy is right. They did have what is it? Goodbye, My Sweet, or whatever the or maybe even in the ending cutscene. Like maybe they technically do have Paris in 3.
Yes, we need a Paris, Texas episode. Yes!
Paris,
Yes!
Texas. But yeah, no, I was right. Yeah, so there's the, you know the special, like, the video you can see in Sly 3 after you get a certain amount of completion? It's Goodbye, My Sweet, where they steal the chocolate bar.
I always thought that was in Germany, but it could be in Paris for all I know.
I
It
think
starts
they...
off in the Dimitri of the Sly 2 episode 1 safe house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they start off in the old safe house. So yeah, technically speaking, like, Paris has been a part of every Sly game in some facet.
Yeah. Some way more than others.
Yeah.
I don't think the Cooper gang lives anywhere. I think they're a very Scooby Gang-esque live in the van type.
Which is why they speak English, and like, even though they primarily hang around France. Jeez. Imagine if Sly and the gang were like natively French.
They're definitely natively French just because of the comics, which my sister owns and will never give me. I'm still mad about that. I get it, you don't want me to destroy them, but my other 120 comics aren't destroyed. Let me just have this.
Alright, I'll let you have it. And while you have that, I'm kind of get back to the game here. Like I said, that's good commentary for Job Link's Blind Date, but now we're actually getting back to another point of variance. This is, I think, going to be a big test for Nightfly, especially because I've been in a call with him for a long time about this particular trick coming up. Not on this section, but during the second section, there were quite a few different strategies you can implement in order to skip to the second lever very, very quickly. One of the newer ones involves a, what do you call it, mysterious reflexes, followed by a very tricky spiral dive jump. that can be extremely easy to fail if you don't know exactly where to line yourself up. As we see Albie there as well doing another cool thing, you can actually just get stuck on that caboose there and kind of jet yourself, which is a neat little time save. But yeah, the main thing is going to be that skip over the river, and if you miss the spiral dive in a bad way, you can just completely miss the ledge where you have to dive onto, fall in the water, and die. Sometimes you can also just get stuck hitting the spiral dive, but not getting quite enough height in order to actually get over the box and get to the platform. So definitely a few things that can go wrong here. Also, just generally, it's probably better for newer players to play these parts with Carmelita safe. These aren't extremely easy to die on, but if you play it a little more risky and don't shoot the dynamite first and just go for the jackalopes, the dynamite can actually reach you way quicker, and then if you let too many just stack up and hit you, your health can just evaporate pretty instantly. So you gotta be careful here.
I know some of those words.
My mom's an English teacher, that probably helps a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a math guy. No, it's just a lot of explanation at once. But this is. I'm not a Sly 4 runner, but like this is one of my missions I like watching on slygolds.com. Slygolds.com. Give us money. Oh, man,
Yeah, so
I hope to get this super sneaky. There we are.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah!
Nice job. Yeah, that one. Honestly, I find one of the bigger deterring factors of that to be, oh, Nightfly's actually not even going to go for the spiral dive. He's actually just going to go for the old strat. Just take out the guards.
Yeah.
So playing a little more safe there. I honestly don't blame him for that, especially with the lead they've got right now. Probably better not to just waste time and just make sure that Bacon has a little bit of a cushion going into the late stage of the run. So yeah, also taking some, taking a good luxury there to do what I said. He's using aim mode to make sure back a whole lot. So good job by Nightfly. I think there's a lot more pressure on Albie. I think we'll probably see that skip occur on the left side, but we'll see. I think there's some good time to be made back up if Albie can hit that first try.
Good use of the double jump there. I swear, it feels like Sly and his ancestors are on the moon in this game.
Say that again? Or on the what?
On the moon, just how floaty they are.
I've actually heard a lot of people say that they feel a lot heavier in this game. You think they feel like floaty though?
In my opinion, yeah. Especially when they're, especially when doing the double jump. It feels like that to me.
See, Mappy, that's hilarious though, is like, if Nightfly and us, if we didn't make that mistake in the ACES scrimmage, this doesn't happen right now. And I have no idea what the Peacocks draft strategy would have been if Nightfly didn't know how to run 4-2. Because, like, this would have been completely different. Granted, they probably wouldn't have picked 4-2 outright if Nightfly couldn't run it, but still, you know? Like, it's cool how this worked out. You know, I don't know, I think it's interesting to kind of compare the controls between Sly 4 and then 2 and 3. I remember I used to go back and forth between Sly 1 and Sly 4, and maybe it was just because I ran Sly 4 way more, but every time I went to... Yeah, Beaver just mentioned it there. Every time I went to Sly 1, though, going back from Sly 4, I just felt like, how do I control this character? I just felt like the movement in Sly 1 was so alienating to me, going between that and Sly 4's weight. Because
My
Sly
limbs
1
are
is just...
definitely floaty as hell. It's like I
Yeah.
have helium balloons on me. Oh, it looks like Olby's going for the back door.
She is. And nearly hit it. Needs like a little bit sooner of a dive. Getting a little bit stuck here.
Yeah!
There we go. Don't fall. Good. Okay. That's perfectly fine, though.
Right. Let's see what the time discrepancy is at the end, because I think that saved
Yeah.
15 seconds.
I'm not sure how much of that Albie just got because it was a third try, but the fact that they nailed that trick at all was pretty great. I think since Saloon Bug, actually probably not even since Saloon Bug. I think since this later half of the episode has started, Albi's been a little bit better off. I guess even that's not really true though, because Saloon Bug was probably better on Nightfly's end in spite of missing a laser cycle in the vent. But yeah, no, the fact that Albi just hit that's pretty good for the Jacks. I would like to think that a small amount of time was made back up. And we can certainly see a little bit more of that made back up here. So this is probably one of the most interesting jobs in episode 2. This is Grand Key Larceny. There is a big point where you have to try and not die in the race. It's not incredibly easy to die in the race, but if you do, you go all the way back to the start and you can lose upwards of a minute. So Nightfly's got to be really careful as he accidentally pickpockets a guard there on his way to the barn. But that's the main point there. The other thing worth noting is just like there are some light points of RNG in some really annoying sections. Like this part right here with the coyotes chucking them back and forth isn't too bad as long as the coyotes jump in when you expect them to. Like right there, Nightfly, you saw on the right side, the coyote didn't jump in immediately and he also missed a throw. So now these cycles are going to be a little bit scuffed. And also in the second half of the Murray section, the Wildman fight can be a little bit annoying. It's not difficult, but sometimes you have to try and like duck out of Wildman's punches while also trying to punch him, and it can just not be fast a lot of the time. So that's really annoying. And then besides that in the race, Carmelita's part can also just suck sometimes depending on the RNG. You can just get utterly screwed with negative targets going in front of where you need to shoot, and it can just be pretty unfortunate.
I forget, is there any Fist of Flames tech here with the fight?
No. So, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't believe Fists of Flame actually stuns Wildman. The one that you want to use is Licks of Lightning, because every time you punch Wildman with Licks of Lightning, he'll get the electric effect, and you can just absolutely maul him with that. But unfortunately, we don't have access to that at the start of this episode, and so we can't abuse that for this fight. We can, however, use that in all ball and all jobs as well. So if you ever watch one of those runs, that's cool.
Oh yeah. I'll be saved 30 seconds.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I was talking about before this episode got started, was Albi unfortunately hasn't hit every try, but Albi definitely has still showcased the experience, and it's paying dividends right now. Just hitting that skip, it might not seem like much now, but that could be the difference between Gnist having to climb over an absolute hurdle and only climbing over a small hump, especially if Bacon trips up some places, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
I'm
Right
actually
now,
curious
though,
if Gnist is going to do the Gniska rip.
oh, he absolutely has to. Are you kidding me? It's for the people. He has to.
For the people.
For the people. Yeah, though. Right now, though, Nightfly, just all you have to worry about right here, dude, is just do not die. The absolute worst thing you can do in this race is take a death, and then this would actually be super, super close going into episode 5 for the epic conclusion. So yeah, I would wait there. Okay, he didn't. Okay. That is a very trolly spot. Sometimes, if you get very unlucky, the jackalopes can double target that spot, so the one dynamite stick can explode in that spot, and then it will immediately follow up with another one in that spot while you're trying to pass, and it can kill you. I have a somewhat famous clip on my Twitch chat of that happening to me during a 100% run. It was very unfortunate. Can be evil, but thankfully didn't happen to Nightfly there. And then, yeah, like I said here, this part is just... hopefully you can clear these guys out relatively quickly and then just buckle down on these little yellow guys moving across the stage. And hopefully that should be able to net you the end pretty quickly before the second vulture even pops up. Meanwhile, Albi actually taking a death there on Wildman. That's insane.
Whoa.
It can be really annoying if you're not careful.
The Murray is being dead.
That's really unfortunate for Albi. That's definitely going to eat into some of that time save you just got from the big skip. Yeah, Wildman is not being nice right now, just putting Albi up against the ropes. So unfortunate there for Albi. That was time that was absolutely needed. Yeah. So that's unfortunate, but we do still have one big job left before we set Bacon off into 2-5, and that is going to be Operation Gold Digger. This job has a lot of moving parts to it, and once again, I sound like a broken record, but a lot of things that can just unexpectedly go wrong. The Murray section can be kind of annoying, where you have to chuck the TNT at the locks. You have to line yourself up in a specific manner in order to destroy the locks in the most optimal way. The Carmelita section can sometimes be a toss-up. Um, Getting the right shots and killing those guys fast can be really annoying sometimes, especially when your electric shots can interfere with the bullets and just get blocked. The alter ego, if you miss the quick kill, that can actually lose you like 10 seconds. That's the one quick kill that matters a lot. What else is there? The tendency section, there are a couple of big skips that can save some time or lose you some time if you end up failing. And that's really the last major part, because the toothpick boss fight, I'm not going to say it's free, but it's probably, funnily enough, the easiest part of Operation. Just everything before that can definitely be a toss-up. I'll be thankfully getting through the race as well, so no hiccups there.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Slide 4. I know the
No.
basics, but like that's it.
No, you're all good. You'll it's not so bad. I'll kind of once again I just did a brief overview of it. I'll kind of go over the points as we go through it. So the first thing here, you're going to start with Murray in this job. If you don't go far enough to the left, you can just run into those electric blocks and die, because those are instant kill.
Yeah, I know that from my childhood.
Yeah. If you line up your TNT throw just right, you can destroy 2 locks immediately instead of 1. The main thing you want to do here is abuse invincibility frames if the rats get too close to you. Kind of like you would do in the rat fight in Operation All Rolled Up in episode 5. But that section hopefully shouldn't be too bad to get through, as long as you don't waste too much time on the rats. Then after you get through that, you have this section with, hey, look at this. It's like one of 2 times in the game where we actually get to play as Carmelita. So soak it in. But yeah, there's kind of a specific route you have to take here. You want to try and destroy these TNT barrels at a specific time. It's kind of hard to describe the best way to do it without, like, honestly, it's probably better if you just watch a lot of people in community golds do it, because the times when you want to shoot those TNT barrels are very specific, and it's not super intuitive.
Yep. Oh, there goes Carm. Bye, Carm. We'll see you in episode 4.
Yep, literally. We don't play as her at all in episode, unless you're doing the meme worthy, like, all plats run, where you have to take her out randomly in episode 3 and kill like 30 penguins for no reason. Ugh.
You couldn't pay me for a plat run.
Oh. Some people,
Unless
it's like,
for charity. I'll do anything for charity.
Absolutely. Shout outs to Sly Sonic and Power Man. I think are the 2 people weathered that storm and have like been manly enough to take on that category. I was considering doing it once. Oh, also, Albie with a sick displacement boost there.
Oh heck yeah, Albie.
Good move, yeah. That's one thing I haven't really talked about much in this run. The runners have gone for it. You may have occasionally seen them jump onto the very edge of a rope, as if like they're just kind of waiting there. They're just trying to get a like very, very tight proxy where you sort of, I don't even know how to describe it, but basically you get stuck on the edge of a rope and an object at the end of a rope, and it launches you a good way, and you can preserve speed by double jumping and cane swiping at a certain point. It's a little bit newer tech of Sly 4, and there's not many points where it's really essential. The one exception being in episode 1's operation, where there's a displacement boost that skips a cutscene and saves upwards of like 10 seconds, and you have to miss it like 11 times for it to not save time, so you'll see everybody going for it. But yeah, besides that, it's kind of just been something that runners will just go for, and then if you miss it, alright, you shrug it off and you keep going.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you play Sly. Ooh,
That's
taking
kind
a
of
hit
all
there in Ultra Ego.
That's all you can do. The alter ego hack, this is what I was talking about here, so hopefully Nightfly hit this, because otherwise this is going to take a little bit of time away from Nightfly if he misses this.
Come on.
I don't think he's getting it. No, he didn't.
Ah!
He was a little bit scuffed there, so yeah. This alter ego in particular, if you miss the kill, the bot will do this, where he'll just slowly bob up and down. That loses like 10 seconds, so that's unfortunate there for Nightfly. I also... Did he use a grenade there?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think... Which you don't need bombs in order for that to work, but I find that using bombs when it's around half health is... It just makes it more consistent, at least that's how I've always done it, so I've always bombs there. I think Nightfly was probably just jamming himself into the eye a little bit soon, which may have cost him some levels. I'm not sure if that contributed entirely to it. But yeah, unfortunate there for Nightfly. Now the important, one of the more important parts though, I want to see if he actually does. Yeah, he's doing the skip. Okay. And he got up there. Does he get the second part? He does. Beautiful. So that there is another one of those super sneakies. That was, I believe that was found actually a little while ago. It just was never implemented until relatively recently. But yeah, you can get stuck on the edge of that train car and then just fire away at the electric button at the very end. And then so long as you hit the checkpoint at the very start of this train car, you can just skip destroying all the blocks and just run straight to the end. Something worth noting there.
Oh, I guess that was intentional, the death.
Oh yeah, that is intentional because that resets the cycle and it gets you to the checkpoint. Not going for bites jump though, which is interesting on Nightfly's part. There's a little kind of corner cut you can do there that saves 7 seconds that was found by Bites. Officially it doesn't have a name, but I call it Bites jump because that makes the most sense to me. That's actually fine. Yeah. That's also another thing that can happen sometimes is like as long as you the first laser, funny enough, there can kill you instantly, but the second one, if you get hit by it, it'll just put you down. Albie also missing the quick kill. Very unfortunate. So both of our runners not gaining or losing any time for that. But yeah, the one quick kill in the game that really, really means a whole lot. Both of our runners miss it. That's quite unfortunate.
You know, I've never been a fan of the alter egos. I love the Power Shock and OG ones, but I never liked alter ego. It looks like we're on the toothpick boss.
Yeah, just to answer some things in chat real quick. Yeah, maybe it's not Bites Jump. I apologize if I'm discrediting somebody who found the trick prior. I've just called it because Bites posting about it was the first time I ever saw it. But yeah, we're gonna see how many of these skips Albie does. Looks like Albie's actually trying to go for it, just trying to line up properly. Wow, actually went about doing that in a very interesting way. Like, actually jumped outside of the train car and then jumped back in. I've never seen anybody do it like that. That's cool. But yeah, as Albie's going through the train car here, I guess I can briefly talk about this boss fight. This isn't really that hard so long as you know how to avoid the twisters and you can get into a good position to hit Toothpick as soon as possible. The only other thing worth mentioning is if you're not careful on the third section where he's throwing dynamite at you, there is a point where he will throw an electric ball and create an electric floor that's instant kill. So if you're really just screwing around and take too much time, you can get caught on the electric floor and just instantly die and have to do the section over again. So that's an unfortunate part. Hopefully we don't see that happen to anybody. It's not particularly hard to make the cycle. You just have to do it. You just have to be relatively safe and careful. Albie there just hits that jump that I was talking about, which I guess because I can't call it Bites jump anymore, so see that. Oh.
Well, it looks like Bacon is doing PS5.
Yeah, which that doesn't surprise me because of the Neela Chase skip. I imagine both of our runners will do PS5, as I imagine. I know Gnist also has that version, so I would expect to see that from both our runners here.
Yeah. Which
I mean,
I've heard that the CSS feature is no longer a glitch now. Feature got re-implemented. Is that only for PS5? Because I can't find it on PS4.
I believe it's only for the PS5 version, but for the sake of the tournament, the CSS feature is not available. I believe we've banned version 1.0 of the PS5 version specifically for the... I also don't know what's going on Bacon's.
Oh, they're just looking
screen.
at the they're looking at the legal stuff. Just killing time.
I'm
They want to
so
stay in
confused.
this menu so that the boat is on cycle for a quick camera for knowing your enemy.
And now we're getting back to your realm of knowledge. My time is ending. No.
Back to PS2 Professor. And they're doing the PS2 version too. This is my wheelhouse.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like all meant to be. I can talk about a few things in 2.5. I know a little
And
bit.
looks like we've done 4-2.
We have GG's Nightfly. Very solid run for somebody that hasn't run Fly 4 nearly as much. I thought that was a very solid performance. So
Oh,
good
yeah.
job. Definitely gave his team a great chance to succeed here.
Taking to bacon now.
Yeah. Bring home the bacon, as they say.
Oh yes. 2.5, I desperately want to learn better. Yeah, that. Mid-air camera.
That's so sick. I
The
love seeing
swag.
stuff like that.
That's not the fastest way to do it, but that's the swaggiest way to do it. That's the Spike Vegeta method, I like to call it.
Spike Vegeta method.
It's where you do something swaggy that loses a couple seconds, but it looks so cooler, so it's worth it. He does that for Donkey Kong, Rayman, and Kingdom Hearts.
Nice.
Which, yeah. Sad there was no Sly this game's done quick. Come on, GDQ, get us some Sly in there.
Man, dude. I still need to, like, go to a GDQ, period. Never been to one. Never been to an ESA, never been to anything.
Pace was awesome. I know GDQ and ESA are going to be, like, 10 times better. There, I mentioned Pace, if that's in the bingo card.
I know you wanted that to be a bingo card. I saw you post about that at one point.
Yeah. Ooh, PB from Nightfly, 56.54.
Yeah, 56.54 is a very solid EP2 time. So, GG's Nightfly. That was a great run.
I think 4x3 is fine.
Yeah.
I love you, PS2.
Yeah.
I've been considering getting a Korean version of Sly 2, but like the cheapest one I can find is $80, and I cannot justify $80 for a minute time save. And it looks like the Lumberjacks are done with 4-2. It's all up to Guinness now. The Guinness D grip. Oh, they're stretched.
Oh, I love it. We have, oh yeah, this is so weird. We have 4x3 compared to stretched game feed. This is gonna be so weird.
I have my biases. I love my 4x3.
Yeah, it's nostalgic, you know. It's the way the game's meant to be played, especially the PS2 version. I kind of dig the 4x3 as well.
You, me, and 4x3.
No, I'm excited for this one though. Like, obviously, the Jacks are at a bit of a disadvantage here just with the time discrepancy, but look at the narrative here, you know, like one of the old guards of the game in Gnist versus Bacon Man, who's like primarily a Sly 3 runner, I believe, but it still has very, very good times in Sly 2. I love the whole like blue blood versus new blood match. I guess not new blood because Bacon's been around for some time. You know what I mean? Like Gnist is one of the old guard. This is gonna be a fun.
Is there going to be another way to do a picture of the boat, or did Guinness just forget the boat existed?
Did he forget the boat?
I'm not used to this picture route. Nope. Yeah, no.
What?
I forgot about that route.
Dude, I've never seen that before.
Me neither.
Oh my gosh.
That's my goat.
Well,
he fell off, so he's gonna have to hit the water so he can spawn back up there.
Yeah, good backup though.
Yeah.
Definitely could have ended worse. Yo, that's sick though. I've never seen anybody do that before.
Yeah.
You see what I mean though when I say like even years later, like people continue to surprise me with the way they play this game.
Especially a Tootsie. Tootsie. If Cooper Crisp is the Michael Jordan of Sly 2, then I think Tootsie is the Larry Bird.
I think we had this discussion in the what is it, the Samurai versus Bucks match.
Yes.
Talking about this. and everybody was just like, "Who the hell is Larry Bird?"
I keep forgetting that most people here aren't Americans. It's an American basketball term.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We gotta switch to hockey terms. Not to put a pin in everybody, but I think a lot more Europeans are hockey fans. At least I've talked to a lot of Finns, especially who love their NHL. Which I can't blame them for, because the NHL rocks. It's very underrated.
Looks like we're doing ghost capture first for Peacocks. I wonder if Guinness is gonna do kidnapping the general first, or if they're gonna do the same route.
Yeah, so I believe. How does the job route here go again? It's like, as long as you don't do kidnap the general last, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? Is that the case?
That's what we try to do, at least, just because kidnapping the general, we don't have to save load. But I think on PS5, it's pretty non-negligible. So yeah, Mojo Trap last, because it's a long story.
Mojo Trap last always. Okay.
Always, yeah.
So
And
why?
then with kidnapping the general, it's just much faster to walk 3 steps and then instead of loading the game. Ooh, that was a good coffin destroy.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard somebody say, like, on PS5 specifically, like, the difference between walking to the safe house and loading the game is like half a second.
It adds up.
I mean, I'm sure it does, but yeah, I think on PS5, like you were saying, it's less impactful, but I definitely see why Kidnap the General shouldn't be last. And then, why is Mojo always last? Is there like a load that goes back out to the overworld after the last crypt? Is that why we do Mojo last?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so I was right about that. Good, good, good. Yeah, I know some things about Sly too. I'm getting better, right?
You are. I also like the I like the way we reset. We go to PAL and then back to Korean.
Oh, it's cool. It's kind of unorthodox, but it's one of those cool speedrunner things, and not a lot of people would intuitively think about.
It's also cool seeing a Sony Computer Entertainment Korea and Japan on the PS2 versions.
And it looks like now we are doing the same route.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm surprised neither of them are doing the proxies, although I think the proxies are PS3 exclusive, so that makes sense why they're not doing it.
Yeah, they are. Tootsie actually told me about that. Like, he literally can't do the proxy on the PS2 version. Who was it? I think was it Map? I thought somebody else played 2-5 this tournament on PS3 and actually did that proxy. Am I mistaken with that, or was that last
I think
ACES?
it was Map. I know Map did it last ACES as well. Hell yeah, shout out to Japanese version. I have that on disc.
Oh, yeah, because who were you guys playing? Was it? It wasn't when you were playing, the Outback. Because I would have remembered that. I commentated that match with Ostrala. That was a really fun time, but I think you're definitely right. I think it was one playoff match where you guys definitely played 2-5, and I think it was Mac who did the proxy. I just can't remember what you guys were playing.
I think we were fighting against, yeah, I don't even remember. That was a long time ago. I've slept since then. It looks like we're getting to the end of Coast Capture on Peacocks. That was a really good route with it. Viper's Game 1 finals.
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
But, yeah, honestly, Ghost Capture is the only mission that keeps me from wanting to grind PS2 2.5. Well, that, and if I want to get good times, I have to drop $80 to $90 on a Korean version of Sly 2 for one episode, which it's very hard to justify.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for that. I know a lot of people are definitely hesitant about buying consoles for one little optimization or one little upgrade. We kind of touched on it earlier with people wanting to play in their native languages and not getting Korean because it's a hassle, and I honestly can't blame them in that sense, especially when, if you're not like this absolute obsessive person about like, I have to get world record in everything, then yeah, like, we're just out here playing the game, having fun. That's kind of why I'm doing a lot of offline Sly 3 runs in German just because I was actually trying to learn German for a while, and it's just a cool thing.
It's like Nathan's
Meanwhile,
trying to go for the CSS.
he is.
All right, that's one barrel. That
This
one
could be a
looked
huge
good.
moment.
Let's see if
This could be a big moment. And he
yes!
gets it!
Wait, no, that means we I mean, yay, Peacocks.
Come on.
I'm worried
no,
we might
like,
have to go against them again. That's it.
Commentator sabotage? What is this? Bias? No, dude, that's sick. I'm
Commentator
happy to see him hit that.
sabotage. And it looks like he was guard spawn manipulating with just for me, guard spawn manipulation with Atlas strength.
You know, that's the other sick thing about people playing on the PS5 version is because I believe that cutscene is only possible on the PS2 version. If it is possible on PS3, it's like stupidly precise. I'm talking like TAS only, at least from what I remember. So really cool to see that. Gonna be a little bit of pressure on Gnist now. I wonder if he's even gonna go for that.
Guinness gonna have to do it.
Could do it.
Go Guinness.
All right.
Oh, Gano.
Yeah, though, going back to what you said earlier about just like 2.5 and the different consoles differences and whatnot, I think 2.5 just has a lot of jobs that you look at and are like, what the heck is this? Like, Ghost Capture, I've heard so many people say it's just a really annoying job. Mojo, like, I know things can go wrong. It's not just run to crypts and win lol. It's actually, you have to know the movement pretty well, and you have to really play it safe. But there's jobs like that. There's jobs like stealing voices, which can seem really annoying. Cryptac, Tank Showdown. I don't know. I feel like it's very easy to 2.5 and just be like, this episode looks like hell. I don't want this. Is that just
And then
me?
you play it, then you realize, oh god, it is hell. What's a bad mofo bomb?
Yeah. It's hell, and it's also the longest episode in the game, which doesn't help.
It
Like,
is a definite marathon.
Like we've
I'm
talked
sad
about.
they took that out of the beta, by the way. What's a bad mofo bomb?
Oh my god, they actually said that in the beta?
Yeah.
Dang. See if Gnist
Murray
falls
was
asleep.
a bit of a savage in the beta. If you do the Rack 3 demo, he goes, Bentley, if I'm the person for the job, I'm the person for the job. Stop treating me like a child.
Yeah, what is that? That's in Silence the Alarms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually so sad they took that line out because I feel like that would be such a. I feel like they were planning for some moment of character development as we're seeing Gnist go for the skip. Yeah, but I feel like they were actually going for some like moment of character development with that, and then they cut it out. And now like the only bigger moment of that we get to see is in the Rajan boss fight, like with what he says right before it. I'm gonna shut up real quick. And he got it too! Let's go, Gnist! Alright! Runner's putting on a show today, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta start learning that for my PS2 Fectas, okay.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely huge by Gnist to hit that, because that is not an easy cutscene skip at all.
3.
Oh, man.
To be fair, I think they stunted the Murray in Sly 4 as well.
Oh, no, Sly 4 Murray is way worse.
We went from this guy who had to prove himself as the weakling of the group to, hey guys, you want to get a pizza after this? I love food.
Right? Like, see, that's what I really don't like about Sly 4 as a whole. Like, look, ladies and gentlemen, I get that it's not meant to be like a story-intensive game. It's a story about a thieving raccoon with his green turtle belt with no pants. I get it. It's not meant to be realistic. At the same time, though, like, these games didn't treat the kids like idiots. Like, they still had a lot of heartfelt moments and, like, mature moments with character development. And then it feels like, as far as the age demographic, if it was ever so slightly, even still, they went in the wrong direction. Like, they tried to kind of dumb it down, and I really don't like what they did about that. Especially, like you said, with Murray's character, because now he's just the most stereotypical, like, fat guy who loves food trope that you've ever seen. And it's just never funny as well. I feel like they mean for it to be entertaining at some points, but I never find it funny. The entire time I'm with Murray and Sly 4, all I'm saying to myself, all I'm saying is like, dude, bring back Aboriginal Ball. What have you done to my boy?
Imagine Aboriginal Ball in Sly 4 and also Feral Pounce in Sly 4.
Dude, that would have been amazing! Like, if we could coin grind in duty calls to get Feral Pounce, or like, Aboriginal Ball probably wouldn't be that sick because of the way it's designed, but dude, Feral Pounce in Sly 4, especially if it had some kind of crazy tech attached to it, like the Feral Pounce tech in this game that we use in Episode 8 sometimes, that would be so awesome. It's just a shame because, like, comparatively speaking, all the power-ups in Sly 4, like, absolutely suck. Besides, like, Trigger Bomb and Paraglider because of Paraclimb in Sly 4, they absolutely nuked all the power-ups. And Murray is the defining example of that in Sly 4. Murray has absolutely, like, no fun power-ups in Sly 4 at all. They took away everything that was good, like Turnbuckle Launch, they didn't bring it back, Aboriginal Ball, they didn't bring it back, Berserker Charge, nothing. Like, he just has absolutely nothing. Punching, he feels like an absolute slug. I hate playing as Murray in Sly 4. It's just, I don't know, dude. They did him dirty, and if you've heard a lot of people say that, it's because it's the truth. And I'm gonna beat a dead horse about it. I'm sorry to hear you hate coffee, Beaver.
Well, we still got like 2.5 more minutes of breaking down time while they press the circle button for the next 2.5 minutes. I also don't like what they did with Sly in that game. Like, they turned him into a Saturday morning cartoon wisecracker. They turned Sly into Sonic. Sly Sonic!
Yo. What? Okay. I don't know if that's a one-to-one comparison, but I get what you... See, they planned it all out. They knew about this community from the start.
Yeah.
We were never forgotten.
That's why they released the PS2 versions on PS5. They knew about the PS2 professor.
Dude, Gnist was scaring me for a minute there with how close those guys were.
Oh, yeah.
Them. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying.
Whenever I do this this third Mojo Bomb room, I like to play 115 from Call of Duty Zombies because I like to train everybody.
Nice. Oh. You know, this job, unfortunately, is just like, I don't know. It's kind of funny that you can just abuse this job and like not have to do anything with it, but like.
I wonder if they know what a Tootsie does at the end. That's my favorite. I do that now in my runs for 2.5. All 2 of them I've done since last ACES.
Oh. I don't think I've ever done a run of 2.5, funnily enough. So I wouldn't even know what to do for the... What?
Not even Hundo?
Oh. I was, yeah, funny enough, I was actually practicing Hundo, I just never did a full game run for Hundo. I ran through 2.5 maybe once before I mainly started practicing 2.6 and 2.7, and I haven't really gone back to 2.5 since, which, honestly, I kind of need to do, because, like I said, just because 2.5 is considered a painful episode doesn't mean that you shouldn't know it. So, yeah, I need to go back to it, and I would genuinely love to do a 100% run of Sly 2 at some point. I should get that out of the way.
Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end of the third room for the Peacocks and halfway through the second room for the Jacks.
Yeah.
The Jackoffs,
That is
the cock peas.
Yo. Just like, what is it with like all these names of like being able to make jokes with these names? We have the Lumberjacks, the Jackalopes, the Peacocks, like mods. Is there something you need to tell the chat before we go any further? I just thinking about it now is a little peculiar, I guess you could say.
Oh, it looks like I think Bacon Man's gonna go for the waiting strat. Oh.
As long as you can fall in the water.
Looks like not. It's a bit tricky getting back. But like, now that I know how to get back, I can't go back. I can't go back to just regular Mojo Bomb room 4. It's too fun. Look,
Or which one? I beg your pardon?
this room right on the right that Bacon Man's doing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like if, well, I mean, yeah, it's fun to see people do the crazy strat where you get launched across the room and then you just kind of wait there until it ends.
Oh, you don't even have to launch across the room. You just walk over there, and then they just don't know where you are.
Dogs were like, yeah, just, oh, hey, he's on our side now. Cool. You don't have to do anything.
Okay, but the developers have to get their minds out of the gutter first.
That's very true. Like everyone in, yeah, I shouldn't have said anything because now everyone in chat wants jail.
Especially Carmelita and Sly 4. What'd they do to my girl?
Yo. You know what? That's the other thing I was gonna say about Sly 4 too. Carm is actually like one of my favorite characters to play as in that game, especially if you get her Mega Jump power up, and you never get to use her. Like she has a glorified boss fight and then like one real job, and then all you're doing besides that is just you're on rails pressing the R1 button.
Oh, Gnist.
Like I
Oh,
wish Carm had actual jobs in Sly 4. It'd be so cool if she did.
It's Ganover. Ah, man. Although Bacon could lose it in tank battle, Huff Copium.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate for Gnist though. Yeah, I mean, there's not even a possibility of sound locks on PS and PS5 with thankfully the PS2 version. But you know, like, yeah, what else is gonna happen that's gonna help the Jacks come back at this point, if anything?
Very little. I'm going through it in my head. Maybe stealing voices? Maybe?
If he has a, I mean, yeah, like Bacon has trouble with the keys, then perhaps we have seen some trouble with stealing voices in the past in ACES, but yeah, it's it's just like very difficult. I mean, is fake floor cutscene skip in this episode? That's not even a real problem, right?
Not really. As long as you land on the railing so you don't update your floor position, which is similar to what I did in a 2-3.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still mad that I got the trigger bomb slightly to the left.
That was a funny run, though.
Part of me wanted to reset, but I'm like, nah, just keep going. Alright, looks like Gnist is on their way to the final one, and Bacon finished the tanks.
Yeah, Mr. Beaver GG in chat also kind of confirming what you were saying is like with the new setup, it's pretty hard to miss. So yeah, it's not looking good for the Lumberjacks at this point, but you never know. I don't anticipate Bacon to have some absolute meltdown. I think he's too experienced in this episode to have something like that happen. I think it's hard to point to like one particular point in this race where it all went wrong because I feel like everybody's had their moments of things going wrong in this episode on both sides. Like Inferno and Yamada both missing the Spice in the Sky cutscene skip a few times was definitely not great. Then you had like Albie and Nightfly both missed tricks at varying points that could have brought things back. It's just, I don't know. It's just like I think overall the Cocks have gotten through things a little bit fast. Okay.
You did that on purpose.
Peacocks have been. I think the Peacocks have. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I think the Peacocks have finished different sections of the run a little bit faster than the Lumberjacks have, and that's overall been what's like, you know, they've just gotten through those difficult parts and gotten them out of the way faster. Maybe not hitting all of the tricks like right away, but they've just been able to persevere. And I think so far that's definitely been the difference. Sorry, I was trying to avoid saying something else that was going to get me a life sentence at Horny Joe.
Don't worry, it's my summer home. Guinness did really
Oh,
good
oh.
in the final. Oh, That was a good backup.
Yeah,
For,
nice little super
Bacon.
jump there by Bacon, man. Yeah, this guard can be really annoying, especially if you miss jumping over him the first time. He can pretty easily knock you off, but like you said,
Yeah.
pretty good backup there by Bacon to just not get bullied by him and get that key out of the way.
What I like about this game, particularly, is the if you understand what's going on under the hood, you can back up from anything. Whether it be what I like to call the Tootsie Treetop in Sly 3, or the super jumps, or the Christmas Miracle jump. There's just so many ways that if anything happens, you can fix it.
Christmas Miracle jump?
In Sly 2 Episode 1 and Theater Pickpocketing, if you fall down, there's a Christmas Miracle jump that you can do to climb back up to the second floor.
Why is it called the Christmas Miracle jump?
I actually don't remember. Part of me wants to say it was found on Christmas Eve. Yeah, no, Jake named it. I know the names. I know very little history, unfortunately, on the names of tricks. I just know the history of tricks.
Ouch. I mean, hey, that's something, you know? History's cool.
Is there a name for that tree jump in 2-3? Because I've been just calling it Tootsie Treetop for the last few months. Looks like, okay, did get a... Oh! Oh, 4 coins. Ooh, that's bad. You want to get 3 pickpockets there because it's just an extra second every time you have to pickpocket.
Mm. Bless you, I think.
Oh, that was a cough.
Okay.
I've been talking a lot. I did not drink any water yet. My water bottle is across the room. I don't want to take off my beautiful Sennheiser 600, Sennheiser HD 600s.
Right on. You know, I didn't drink much water before this match. I just had my coffee because I didn't want to risk having to get up in the middle of the match when I'm military. But I'm definitely gonna need to drink some more water after this match.
The Heimlich.
Remember to hydrate, kids. Very important.
I mean, I have a Capri Sun here that I'm still saving for PS2 World Record of 3.6. I'm not gonna drink that though. Oh, it looks like some of Neela's men are, or excuse me, Contessa's men are drilled under the gosh darn bank. So, was this town abandoned, or did they just force everyone to leave?
That isn't. I mean, to be fair, like if 2 rival factions just suddenly rolled up to your street with tanks, I don't know how long you would plan on sticking around for. So, probably just drove everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know that driving everybody out of town to set up shop may have been bad for the business, or however that line goes. Okay. Oh, you know, I'm sorry, Melody. We're poorly hydrated. We're working on it. Making do. Oh, and I mentioned Sly 1, yeah. Well, Nightfly, we mentioned Sly 1, like, way earlier. When we were talking about, like, Sly 1 physics. So that actually popped up a while ago.
Looks like we're going into, I forget the name of that. I just call it lithium battery job.
Cryptac?
Hey,
I'm pretty sure it's Cryptac.
Kryptonian hack.
Had to focus. Oh, yeah. Like,
That was some beautiful movement by Gnist.
Yeah, no, Gnist definitely still showcasing the experience. You know, I think he jokingly has said, like, yeah, I'm pretty much retired. He's joked about his rust, but you definitely see a lot of the experience still holding true. Just a very unfortunate death in Mojo Trap action that hasn't helped his cause here, but on perhaps one of the most difficult episodes in the entire game, he's definitely still showing his stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough at this point.
Could be. We just gotta... The match is not over.
It's definitely not over. No, you're right. It's not over. Listen, I mean, we've said it before, but like this match, or this episode has always been the point in every ACES match. Like when it's come down to 2-5, stuff has always just kind of tended to happen, and it's become close. So I'm not gonna say anything until all the chips have been counted. But at the same time, yeah. We'll see how Bacon handles the rest of this episode.
Lithium ion battery run is kind of sucky. The hacks are fine, in my opinion.
I was gonna say the hacks actually don't seem too bad if you know how to manage the drones, and there's not many obstacles after you get past these guys that'll really give you any trouble.
In my professional opinion, I believe Sly 2 hacks are kind of easy, outside of maybe episodes 7 and 8. But like they're in game, so that makes sense.
I
Also,
wouldn't even
swag from Ganesh just running through the spikes.
Yeah, I've seen some people do that. It's kind of insane. I don't know how precise that is, but it's cool when people do that. Yeah, see, like, I wouldn't even count episode 8 hacks necessarily, because if you get ghost hacks first try, then you can just completely obsolete all 3 of those hacks.
I need to get better at ghost hacks and I forget the name, the one where you just go to 0000 and get all the keys.
Key skip?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean casually, Chad, I mean casually.
Okay, casually, yeah, the episode 8 hacks will... That I will not deny.
I'm not good at Sly 2 speedrunning. I'm not good at speedrunning. I mean, I got a 36 at pace. That was bad for a 2-1 run.
A cool showcase. Actually, I have really liked the showcases that we've done in recent years, though. Like Nave doing 3-1 at, I believe it was a GDQ. That was a really cool showcase.
24.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
SGDQ 24.
Yeah, that one. And then also, Sonic's most recent show, 2-7 100%, I thought was a really entertaining run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A shout out to that guy.
Tim did good.
Yeah.
I also liked the 4-1 after 3-1 last year. I liked Nave's 2-1 back at GDQ Online 22.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right, dude. Freaking online runs. The era of that when GDQ was still hung up on COVID. Oh man.
Chat, behave yourselves. Oh!
Oh.
The backwards hack!
What? Just like what? Bentley, that is
Look,
not.
Ma, no hands!
Followed immediately by the explosion. That's like the coolest way I've ever seen somebody enter that computer.
Alright, looks like Lumberjacks are heading to a lithium-ion battery.
It's kind of crazy how like those drones really aren't that big of a problem at all if you just kind of ignore them.
Yeah. It just kind of sucks. It takes a bit longer to go through the firewall just because Sly 2, the farther you're away, the faster it gets hacked. I think it's Sly 3 and 4 and Hack Pack, they just each one just gets destroyed in one hit.
Yeah, which that's kind of why I don't like Sly 2 hacks compared to Sly 3 and 4. It's just because I feel like destroying barriers is such a simple action, but it takes so long in Sly 2 to actually just destroy barrier walls. It just feels so slow. Whereas in like Sly 3 and 4, like maybe, you know, like there's less skill because you don't have to worry about like your distance and everything. But no, I don't know. I kind of like the more streamlined change of how Sly 3 already implemented a lot more, and then just like make destroying barriers easier. And it's a shame because Sly 3, with all of those changes, has significantly less hacks. Like after episode 4, they're just completely gone, and you never do one in the game again.
Definitely.
But yeah, here we are to the grand finale. So how does Bacon Man lose 3.5 minutes at Katessa is what everybody's asking, right?
He thinks he's on a Japanese version of PS2.
That's not even 3.5 minutes though, right? Like how much time does that like chase skip save?
I think 90 seconds.
Yeah, so like nah. You would need like his console to start malfunctioning. Yeah.
We are now updating your PlayStation 5.
Imagine.
Nah, it's not Windows.
I was literally about to make that joke. I'm like, Windows needs to install an update. Beat me to it. Man, though, I am really excited for the interview, regardless of the. Like, I'm interested to hear about the Peacocks drafting strategy. If Nightfly has genuinely been practicing 4-2 this entire time, because like that was probably the biggest surprise of this draft to me. I was sitting here thinking if they could.
Amazing double hits by Bacon there.
Yeah, great job. I was sitting here thinking if they got a late game Sly or episode for Albie, like if Albie was on 4-4, 4-5 versus Nightfly or even Inferno, I think the result of this could have been very different. But 4-2 was definitely the perfect Sly 4 pick for the Peacocks. Just because I'm not kidding you, I think literally any one of their teammates could have run that episode. Because I know Inferno's run it. Bacon's done full game for Sly 4, and he's done much harder
Ooh,
episodes than 4-2. And like I said,
good
Nightfly.
death manipulation to get juice there.
Yeah. That's something that I think a lot of people are doing. Using Adrenaline Burst in this section has always looked kind of scary to me.
It's fine.
Just like I said, just so many things can go wrong. So you gotta account for the fact that you are one hit in each job. But yeah, no, like I was saying, I think this match was a real test to how much a good drafting strategy can carry.
If
Not
it
to say
worked
that,
for
like,
the season 1 bucks, it can work for anybody.
yeah, right? No, it's been cool to see like all the different drafting strategies with this and the Sabers, and the draft tomorrow is gonna be really exciting. Whatever happens, it'll be really cool to
Happens
see what we end
tomorrow,
up
it's
playing.
gonna be a hectic fight.
I'll say. Nah, I mean, Map, Power, Stevens, if y'all are here right now, like, dude, whatever happens tomorrow, I'm just hyped for it. I haven't played Sly in so long. I've been gone for like a couple of weeks, but I'm so excited for it. I'm just excited to get back to the grindstone and have a fun time. It'll be great.
Well, what I've noticed is a lot of pro Sly 3 runners started in Sly 2. So Sly 2 is just Sly 2 is not something that's going to be bad for them. Bentley, that's not a computer.
That's definitely not. Melody actually just had a really cool proposition in chat where if in some like insane ACES scenario, your opponent or like one team picks the episodes, but then your opposing team gets to pick who runs what episode on the other team, which would be an absolutely insane idea, but that would also be really
Oof. Just the
Yeah, right?
thought alone.
Like, think about that. I feel like there are so many people in the community, myself included. I would be really encouraged to practice more up on like the games that I'm less familiar with, because that would be such an interesting challenge. I would actually like. I wonder if that's something we could test out in like another ACES scrimmage. Maybe put a pin in that idea, because that sounds really cool.
I'll have to talk to Ostrava with that.
Ostrava would be so down for that. Are you kidding me? I would love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I think he'd be so down for that.
And we're done with Chase.
Woo. Mila, how'd you get there?
I'll be honest, I did not know what the skip was because they said, "Oh yeah, just run over here," and I'm like, "Cool, where?" Until Jake did a shorts on it. I feel like I should do some shorts on Oogie's Revenge tricks that are kind of cool. That looks like Lumberjacks is starting operation.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Yeah, I've seen people do like shorts on like, random Smash Brothers melee knowledge, and some of them are really entertaining, in spite of people claiming that like the Smash community is notoriously toxic. But some things like that can be really cool, just to kind of showcase the game.
It's like when people say New Jersey is like Jersey Shore. I mean, it
It's
is,
not.
but
It's not. Dude, I live in New Jersey. I resent that.
You're the third runner I've.
Seriously? From New Jersey?
Yeah. Shift, Azumi, and now you.
What the hell? Alright, I mean, stand up, like, Jersey residents, what the hell? That's so random.
Man.
Of all the places. I'm trying to think, actually, of, like, what's the most common state I've seen a lot of speedrunners be from. As far as, like, American runners.
These double hits good. The double
Maybe
hits
a
on
little
this
bit of double.
the double hits on the blitz suck. I'll say it right now.
You know, they're a lot harder than they look, especially if you don't get them stuck in that corner initially.
Sly 2 didn't have a good physics engine on moving objects. I think Sly 3 fixed that really well. And then Sly 4.
Yeah. So.
Sweet Merciful
No mer-
Hades!
Yeah, no merciful Hades, unfortunately. I wonder what the Korean dub translated that to. I wonder if anybody's like looked that up.
I know I'm trying to translate a lot of the Japanese stuff since I'm learning Japanese right now. I still love that it's not the Murray in Japanese, it's Captain Murray.
Yeah. Funny enough, I did actually know about that. Sonic showed me a collection he had one time of some of the Japanese Sly 2 games, and I don't know how they translated that or why they translated that. Maybe Captain sounded like cool in Japanese, or maybe they had a different idea in Japanese. Dub differences are very interesting to see, like how different words get translated or how different ideas get translated. Like when you're going up to Lemon Rage in basically every other one of the PAL dubs, instead of Murray saying like find the match deep inside yourself, like a lot of dubs literally say like find the devil in yourself. It's something epic like that.
Yeah. Fake Man have a bit of a rough start on Contessa, but looks like they found their footing.
Yeah, no, this you've really just gotta like once you get a rhythm down for this, I don't envision it being that hard. I don't know if you would agree with it.
Yeah, it's similar to Rajan. I don't really have a song for Contessa. Famously, my song being Man's First Inhibition for Rajan by Nightmare.
I was gonna say Spiders by System of a Down for Contessa.
That might be good. Although I think Breaking the Habit would be better for me for that one.
That would be dude, I love that song. That would actually be a sick one for a boss.
Yep. She's got the eye!
Alright, yeah. Just hopefully avoid an Augie lap here, and then one last little bit for a boss fight, and the Peacocks, just like that, will have kept their ACES hopes alive. So.
Not without a good fight. That was a good, hard fight from both sides.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like both of these teams just had great moments and unfortunate moments. Like I said, I think just overall the Peacocks kind of pieced it together when they needed to for some of those bigger skips, and it just went a little bit better overall, as you know, as is pretty evident considering they're ahead by like 2.5 minutes. But you know, I still it's been really fun to watch the Lumberjacks. As somebody who's commentated 2 of their matches this season, I think they've put up some really good fights, and you know, unfortunately, it's one of those scenarios where somebody has to lose, but I've really enjoyed watching both of these teams now. And for some of the runners, like I said, who have been as prominent, it's been a really cool experience.
Swag.
Yeah.
James! You're late.
What's up, James? James, you missed the part we were talking about New Jersey. You could have gotten right in that conversation.
I'm going back there in September.
I don't know why you would, but welcome home, I guess.
And yeah.
And the Peacocks stay alive in ACES. GG's, everyone.
Amazing fight, amazing run. Both sides fought hard.
Yeah, GG's to everybody. No, just like that 2-6 was a really fun start. 4-2 was definitely where some things changed. Not a whole lot of room for mistakes in Sly 4 when you have to play a lot more consistently. Yamada unfortunately won't be joining us for the post-game interview, but we still got a lot of handsome in here, primarily the Paris Peacocks. I don't see Gnist or Albi anywhere. There they are. Okay.
There they are.
But yeah, everybody's GG's on a great race. I'm sorry to see somebody lose. It's unfortunate, like I said, as somebody who's commentated 2 Lumberjacks matches this ACES, it's a shame to see you guys go out, but it's been really fun, and I hope you guys feel the same way. But yeah, Albi, as somebody who's here representing the Jacks, how would you feel about your ACES experience?
I felt like it was really good. We had a tough match to start off, but we had a lot of fun in the games we did, and I think we did fairly well for ourselves. Just a little bit unfortunate how it went this match, but it's fun as long as it lasted. Unfortunately, I never got to show off Slide 3, but that's fine. I'm gonna start revealing Slide 3 PBs now.
Oh,
So you're gonna see a big dump.
Well,
Hey, like
GG's
I
in
always
advance.
say, y'all came as a team. You're leaving as a team. That was an amazing, amazing fight. Like, not a single bad run I saw tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, I concur on that front. Like, I definitely had a lot of fun watching your Sly 4 performances as well. The 2-8 in, the beginning, like you said, was unlucky, but it's great, and I'm really GG's in advance for all of the Sly 3 PBs that you're gonna drop in the future. And Ganist as well, who just popped in. GG's to you as well. I think a very solid 2-5 performance, and I'm happy to see that you're still kicking.
yeah.
Yeah,
GG.
the 2-8 that you mentioned, I've always been inconsistent on the cutscene skips in the first job. We just kind of wanted to have enough episodes where I would have a chance against Knuti, because we felt like it was going to be a tight game, and unfortunately on that day, didn't work out.
Yeah, that's what happens in Aces, in 2-8's definitely no slouch. Blimp HQ is a rough job, but happy to see you guys here, and thank you very much for being around. And congratulations here to the Paris Peacocks, who get their second win of the tournament. GG's to you guys. You're going to be moving on to play the win of the Bucks and the Bombers. How are you feeling? And in conjunction, what were you guys thinking about the draft strategy with the 4-2 pick?
Oh yeah, that was really well played by all of us, I'll say. And the draft went pretty much as we planned it to go. Not gonna lie, that was basically written on a script, basically. Picking 4-2 because Nightfly is a big 4-5 gamer. No, for real, 4-5, definitely, yes.
Uh-huh.
And then since we already saw them ban 2-1 and 2-2, we knew that Yamada couldn't run those, and so we ban the other fairly easy episodes out of the way in 2-3 and 2-7 to let Inferno run 2-6, which he has been practicing a good amount lately. So that just leaves me and Grist, which then I'll just pick the one episode that I feel like I can do best against him, and there we go.
Yeah, we were having a blast talking about that in the draft. As soon as 2-5 got picked, we kind of figured that's where you were going. I know you're very experienced with that. And then, yeah, the 2-6 and 4-2 variants. Initially, I thought you guys might have picked 4-2 for Inferno because I knew he's run that a good bit. But then after 2-6 got picked, I was like, oh no, I know exactly who's running 4-2. In fact, I'm just going to say this real quick. Nightfly, I know that scrimmage we did kind of didn't go according to plan. If you didn't run 4-2 and have been running 4-2, this match doesn't happen.
I mean, I have been practicing a lot. Like, the last 3 days, I've only been playing 4-2. So.
Well,
Yeah, we got it on good authority that you were practicing 4-5. We already knew that you had a decent time of 4-2, and I assumed that you had gotten better, but didn't know how much. I was right that I could gain time even if I messed up. Unfortunately, Yamada had a bit of a meltdown in 2-6. He's usually pretty decent at 2-6, actually.
2-6
So
is just one of
we were
the
very
ones-
happy with the draft. We were thinking, we even discussed afterwards that we think on paper we're favored with this draft. It's just Yamada had a bit of a meltdown on the day, and we couldn't make that up.
I will say,
Yeah, I
2-6
mean, I don't
is
want-
easily one of those episodes that, it's a kind of a mind games episode where you know it's easy, but if you do something wrong, it just domino effects into.
Yeah.
It's happened to me. It's happened to a runner in the past. Speaking of 2-6, I want to jump in and let Inferno get some words in before we head off. Inferno, how'd you feel about your 2-6?
Well, obviously Spice in the Sky didn't go as well as hoped, but yeah, for some reason when I started practicing again this morning, I had some problems with that cutscene skip, but thankfully the Karm lures went okay, and I didn't mess that up too bad. So, and I felt really good about the train heists and all that. So yeah, I was glad that I got to run something I'd practiced a lot.
Good. That's always a great feeling of running something that you practiced. I know sometimes you can't really do that in ACES, but when you do, it's great.
Totally.
Right, any more
Yeah.
questions from my beautiful co-commentator, or is that it?
Albie, if you wanted to get one more word in, but yeah, otherwise, I mean, GG's to everybody. you guys, like I said, I think we saw a lot of great performances all around. And like I said, this is a match where it's like unfortunate. I think we got a lot of great people across both these teams. It's a shame that somebody had to go out, and it'll be the same circumstance tomorrow, unfortunately. I think we got two really good groups, and unfortunately somebody is going to have to lose, whether it's us or whether it's, Map, Stevens, and Power, three great guys. But yeah, I hope everyone just had fun in this tournament. I hope that wherever it goes, wherever it ends, I hope that it keeps on being fun. But yeah, thank you guys all for being here. It's been a blast.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to mention there was Mapio called back to you how I mentioned I had a com gold that I didn't want to reveal. It was in 3-6 bump charge jump. It revealed not only that I've been playing Slide 3, but that I had pretty decent PB there. So I hit it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very
I'll
good.
be excited to see you. I'll be excited to see you drop all the Slide 3 PBs. I'll be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. Otherwise, thank you guys all for being here. I'm sure we'll talk to you more in the chat and in the Discord from now. But yeah, GG's everyone. Thank you for being here.
GGs.
Great race all around.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah, so we will see the updated graph in just a moment. But yeah, the Paris Peacocks are now moving on. The Nunavut Bay are unfortunately out of the competition. And the Peacocks will be moving on to the second to last match of the losers bracket, where they will be playing the winner of either Professor and myself, our Bloodbath Bay Buccaneers, or Mapiothos, Stevens, and Power, and the Prague Bombers. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. The draft is going to be a showcase. The runs hopefully will be a showcase. Should be a blast, and we're looking forward to having you guys all around tomorrow. But yeah, Professor, anything else you wanted to add?
We'll see you tomorrow for probably the most important match of my ACES career, going against my old captain.
Yeah, my captain. I might be going against my one of my old Power Man. Should be a blast, and we're gonna run it back tomorrow. It's Bombers, it's Buccaneers. You know it, you love it. It was a crazy rivalry in the last ACES competition, and it's getting renewed again tomorrow. New faces, same bad blood. So we'll see you all again tomorrow when we do it then. Till then, take care, y'all. Been a blast.